Welcome back, everybody. You're watching NationWars 3, and we're going to cast some French matchup against Sweden. How
I'm very excited. I'm pretty excited, actually. What is? Let's go.
Lilbo is gonna.
Yeah, you slammed this a little bit too hard, actually.
Maybe I'm gonna break it, but it's okay.
How are you going to break the curse, though? Is
Huh?
France finally going to win a map while you're in the building?
Yeah, I think they will win a map. Do you want to bet? Let's make it a friendly bet.
No, I don't think our friendly bets are exactly the same.
Has the bankroll to bet with you, mate.
A friendly bet? No, I can't keep up with those friendly bets. But
Let's make a bet if Sean is gonna get the triple crown tonight. That's interesting.
I'll take that bet.
You bet on Sean or against?
Yeah, I believe in the triple crown.
You do?
Yeah. I have never, I believe in everything right now, because never in my life have I been surrounded by so many baguettes. Like, there's 3 baguettes in front of me, there's a baguette on the left, baguette on the right.
Everywhere.
You love it.
You love
Yes.
it, yeah?
I cannot deny it.
You've never been so happy than when surrounded by baguettes. And with France coming up against Sweden here, what do we expect? Was France's performance yesterday and today, well, actually today they didn't play yet, but were their performance yesterday, was it better, you think, than what we've seen from Sweden so far?
I do still think it was better, but sort of is proven to be a very, very worthy replacement of Zenster. And I think it's going to be tricky. This is a matchup that I think France should be able to win. They are the favorites going into this, but if sort of goes on an absolute roll, that would be quite terrible. And he could single-handedly, I mean, that's the way that this format works, right? A single player can destroy the dreams of an entire nation. And I mean, if sort of goes 4-1 or 4-0 here or 4-1, that would be really crazy. And I said it before, if Moro is used well, maybe in a PvP or in a PvT, for instance, that's a matchup I think he's still slightly better in than PvZ. This is not going to be easy for Le France.
Elke?
Yeah, it might be tough, but France gonna win. I'm confident. It's okay. They're gonna do it.
I think it will all come down to when will France be able to win the first map. Break the Elke curse, and then I think it should be smooth sailing.
Yeah, I feel like the game from yesterday, they were kind of like France was playing high variance. Like I think like Lilbo played really good the first game, and then the second game not as good. But also like I think the Polish opponent was really good, right? So
yeah,
Nurture.
Nurture
was really good. So it's like it always like makes the other players play like worse when they play somebody who's really good in countering everything.
But we saw yesterday like one Zerg that was absolutely on fire was Nurture, and he was proven to be too much to handle. Now again, the best player on the Swedish team is probably a Zerg again. I mean, they've got 2 Zergs, but I think it's safe to say that sort of his Zerg is slightly better than Moro's Protoss at the moment. So if he goes on a crazy roll, it could get dicey. And I don't want to see you guys sweat. Well, maybe a little bit, like a couple sweat tears here around the studio. Of course, the entire On Gaming crew is hoping that their nation advances to the quarterfinals and then eventually the semifinals, in which we will all go to the offline venue over here, which I have heard is a very prestigious venue. Have you ever been in the Olympia?
I think I've been for a concert once actually. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really nice. It was very nice. Yeah, pretty exciting about this too.
Le Tot is going to try to join the game to figure out who's going to be our first players. Of course, we want to hear from the captains as well, but I'm not sure if that interview is ready just yet. So keep the tweets coming, guys. Hashtag NW3. Show us how you are watching NationWars. Show us if you're getting a couple of cheeky baguettes in as well, or if you're cuddling with your probe that makes a lot of noises. I sleep with this thing.
Noise?
Yeah. Beep.
Oh, cool. So sick.
You look fascinated.
Yeah. Because everybody looks at it, it's like, okay, that's kind of cool, and then it makes a noise. Everyone's like, wow. It's funny how we all get excited over like the silliest things.
It's cute though.
I know. I'm very happy with mine.
So do you think they're gonna send first?
I think it's going to be Lilbo versus Moro. Yeah, I can see it. No, maybe Lilbo Mini Razor, but I think Lilbo is going to be the starter for France. I mean, we all know how much of an eager player Lilbo is, and he's probably very unhappy with the fact he lost against Nurture twice yesterday. So he wants to redeem himself, and he just wants to get this straight. Elias is the captain, so he's probably like, all right, I believe in you, soldier, go for it.
Go for it, yeah. The first game was really crazy too. Like, yeah, the first game that Lilbo lost to Nurture was really crazy.
That's probably the best game of the tournament so far. Like, just a lot of very good moves back and forth.
I believe that our friends over at the chill out area, or whatever it is that Apollo calls it already.
Apollo calls it the public viewing area, but I don't think that's completely...
Yeah, there's no public.
No, I know. But he was a little off track earlier today, but it's all right.
A little off track. Anyway, guys, tell us what's up.
Hello, everyone. So just before going into the interview, the pre-game interview, we have an announcement to make. We have a Korean team on NationWars. Yeah, we have a Korean team on NationWars, so I'm curious for the people who doesn't me. I'm a tournament director of NationWars 3. So regarding the Korean team for NationWars 3, so we asked Kespa to send us players for the Korean team, as the gaming is working with Kespa for Pro League and Star League. So you can see the 10 most voted players by the audience. So 9 Kespa players and Parting, who is not in Kespa. After discussion, Kespa agrees to provide us one player. The player they choose to provide us is the second player voted innovation. So you can see the
and Parting and Hydra. So to explain, so yes, in this 10 player list, only Innovation being part of Kespa and his team, SK Telecom T1, agreed to participate. Other players, Life, Maru, they had issues with scheduling and regarding Pro League. So they could not participate. And so what we find as a solution with Kespa is so inviting Innovation and taking the 2 next voted players that would not belong to Kespa and which were available to play. So here we have the Korean selection. So it's going to be Innovation, which was second, Parting, which was voted 6th and is not a Kespa player, and Hydra, so the WCS winner for season 2.
And I think it's a good weekend for Hydra because we read, and I think you read too on Reddit, that Hydra asked an important question to her girlfriend, and I think I'm right in saying girlfriend of Hydra said yes. So very good weekend for Hydra.
He asked her to be his wife. So congratulations, Hydra!
So the Korean team is Innovation, Parting and Hydra, and the backup. So the next player, non-Kespa voted. The backup, if there is an issue, is Yoon. And the captain of the selection is Hydra, who speak English. So it's really easy here. And we'll see them next week in their group.
On the Saturday. What do you think, Sean, about this Korean selection?
I think Innovation is one hell of a player. So if Korea's going to win this tournament, like everyone is expecting them to challenge to win, he's the one that's going to carry it. And I think Parting's a great addition to the team too. As good as Innovation is, Parting is super good at the moment. I mean, we saw him in the finals of DreamHack Just. Hydra is always a good player, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do in Legacy. I think this is a great team, a really, really good team.
Yeah, it's a great team, and some would say a beatable team also, because if we had Innovation, Maru, and Life, well,
good luck.
Games would be pretty quick. So yeah, this is for me also a really good team. You have a full Kespa player, which is Innovation. You have a legend, which is Parting, and he is also part of Flash Wolves, but he also travels a lot and makes other tournaments. And we have Hydra, which is not a Kespa player, almost not a Korean player, and we've seen it a lot in WCS. So it's 3 very different profiles, 3 races also, and again should provide really good games, because as you said, Hydra and Parting are super hot.
Yeah, they're great players, but as you said, they're beatable. I could see Poland beating that team very easily. So it's going to be cool to see how well they do, and even if they make it to play in the Olympia, maybe they don't.
Maybe they don't. What do you think, Drogo, about this Korean selection?
It's a pretty good team. I don't know, as a player of each race, I'm pretty perfect, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, and they will face New Zealand. So good luck to New Zealand. On Petraeus, be prepared. So that's the announcement about the Korean selection, and again, please understand that it's a complicated process. Kespa is a big structure, and I think we find a very good compromise. So yeah, fighting for the Korean selection, obviously. Is it time for us It is time for us. Stefano and Moro are in the lobby. Hello, guys. How are you doing, Stefano? Have you slept well?
Hi, yeah, very well. No party for the first time for quite a while during the weekend, taking this very seriously.
Moro, so you just came out a very successful match against Australia. You said Sweden can beat France in a good shape, also using sort of as an ace player. Do you have something to say to Stefano right now?
Well, obviously, I respect Stefano very much, but he is, hasn't been like, super active lately. So, which is a big reason why I think that we have a good chance to win today. If Stefano was in his old shape, we would have no chance.
Illy, you're laughing at him. Why are you laughing?
Because that's very much true, I would say, but no, I can. My level is not gone forever. Let's say I can get it back really quickly, and you should really still be scared of me. What I showed yesterday was nothing. It was just I don't know how to explain it in English, but just like a throw to know your opponent better. So I'm just like a fish trying to bait my opponents. Let's say that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing also.
The bait.
The bait. Do you feel that you need to perform and show good games today, Stefano, after yesterday?
Myself, no, because initially the plan was to have like the full December month to practice, and now I started only last week, so my shape is not at its best, but it's gonna be there. All we have to do now, I'm relying a lot on my teammates, and I have to do most of the job for these 2 days, yesterday and today. But for the next rounds, I should be one of the main player in the team.
Main asset. So
yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for.
So everyone is hoping that you will be here in the next round.
Oh, we will. Don't worry. No worries. We will.
You will win, okay. And what do you think about prediction about this upcoming match? Do
Prediction?
you have a prediction
Oh,
on the score?
Okay. You can go first, Moro, if you want.
I was asking to you, Stefano.
Oh. I'm gonna go for a 4-2.
4-2. So you think you?
No, let me correct this. 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
Okay, 4-1.
And me losing, of course.
So should we understand that you're playing first?
No.
Okay, we'll see that at the end. We'll see that at the end.
I can't really speak about it.
Drogo, do you have a question?
Yes, Moro. Today you stream quite a lot to practice, and I watch all of it and fed the info to my friend Lilbo. Do you regret the decision now? I know all of your strategies.
Not really. Like I can play in multiple styles, and I'm well aware that like other pro gamers watch my stream on a daily basis. So I try to keep it fresh when I'm streaming.
Hashtag
And I
mind
have
games.
different strategies, and they're not snipe strategies; they're macro games. So I'm fine in that department.
What do you think about the score then?
I think I think it's about a 50-50 right now, but I'd like to think that we're gonna win, so I'm gonna say 4-3 here.
Okay, so close match. Guys, I think it's time to go to the match, which is the first player which will be aligned, starting with France, for example.
Okay. We are gonna start with Lilbo.
Lilbo.
Really?
No,
Oh,
I might.
And what about you, Moro?
I'm gonna start here. So
Okay.
PvP.
PvP. Do you have something to say to Lilbo, Moro? Maybe he's listening to you before this match.
Well, if he's, I just wanna say best of luck. I'm humbled to play against the champion himself.
Whoa.
Okay, Apollo, do you have a last word for our captains here?
Were you surprised they sent Lobo? I mean, you seemed like it. You didn't expect that?
No, it's all acting. It's mind games for long.
Okay, it's all mind games, man. Okay, best of luck. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, best of luck. Thank you very much, guys, and good
Thank
luck.
you.
Have fun, obviously.
Good luck to you. Bye.
Bye, and we're gonna go quickly to the casters, which are super ready to cast. We are super ready to cast. Who in gaming TV is ready for the match?
I'm ready. Moment's ready.
Il est là.
Let's go.
Take it away, guys.
Thanks, boys. Very insightful segments. We've learned that Kespa apparently thinks that innovation is going to be enough for Korea to win the whole thing, so they only sent him from their ranks. And Sweden, they seem decently confident, even though Moro said he was going to be close here. He comes out himself as first. You mentioned before that you thought that there was a few good ways to use Moro. Was it you?
Yes.
Somebody said that.
Yes, it was me.
Personally, when you said that, I thought there is no good way to use Moro. But
That's so mean.
what did you mean?
Well,
We'll
what I
see.
mean is that I think his PVZ needs a little bit of work. I feel like it's a little bit predictable. We've seen it multiple times. And I think if you're a Zerg player first or a Terran player and then like suddenly start playing Protoss, like Protoss with Zerg is a very unique matchup that it takes a while before you really get a good grasp on it. However, I think PvP is a little more straightforward and comes down to execution much more. And I think Moro is good enough to have the execution to get away with a cheeky victory in a PvP. I don't see him beat PvZ, but maybe a PvT in a certain way, because I think that's also kind of a straightforward matchup. PvZ is just unique. That's why I'm trying to go with it. So I think PvP might be the right way to use Moro here.
I like what Moro said as well, of basically like he has no strategy, so studying his stream
Yeah.
won't really teach you much
That's
about
not
him.
what he said. He said he has a lot of, he keeps it fresh on the stream.
Yeah,
Because
but that's really bad. You realize that any viewers that watch his stream now is like, yeah, really, you keep it trash? Well, I guess we won't watch
yeah,
anymore.
but I think it's important if you stream. It's very different than preparing for an actual tournament. When you stream, you want to keep a lot of variety in your builds. You want to keep the viewers entertained. While that doesn't necessarily mean that the things you do on stream are like your go-to builds when it truly matters. Like this is the best of one. Moro can look at this and be like, it doesn't matter how hard I get trashed in the second game. If I win the first one, I did my duty for my nation and my team. So a single PvP.
Game.
I think Lilbo is gonna win for sure, though. But, no, but I think they were bluffing a lot each other. Like apparently, like Stefano didn't want to show his like true level as well. He just like lost on purpose, so everybody's gonna think he's bad, and then he's gonna crush him at the final. So it's pretty good. And yeah, I haven't seen Moro play, so we shall see. But
I love these facts, by the way. Like Moro, Protoss for the win? No, not by him. Zanster, will he be
But it's
the
not
heir of
Zanster.
Maniwar, Jinro and Co? No, he's not even playing. And then Mini Razor, can he salvage 2015 with a good NationWars performance? No, definitely not.
What is the hair? I don't even know that word.
The hair is like the
Hair.
successor.
Like a cool. Learn something new every day, Litot. Can he salvage 2015?
Like
with a
you're the heir of your father's empire, you know, like that expression.
He lost his empire when I was 4. My parents always tell me that I was born 10 years too late. My brother, he got all the luxury gifts, and then Roddy grew up in the ghettos of Rotterdam.
sick life.
Sick life.
Sick life.
Never lucky.
Baby rage. My brother got everything.
Why is it time to regain passion? What does it mean? He lost the passion?
Yeah, Marine Lord,
What?
like he went through some tough times, and then he openly talked about how he was maybe gonna retire, and he like maybe wasn't enjoying himself as much. So, yeah, maybe it's time to regain his passion.
You know, Marine Lord has a very legendary last name, Eusebio.
Eusebio.
Yeah.
You know where? I think that's originally from Argentina or something. I
Could
think
be.
he told me once.
There's a legendary football player who was Portuguese, I believe. His name is Eusebio. He's considered to be like one of the best 10 players of all time. even
What?
though you
Really?
don't- Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Eusebio.
Oh, look at his cool photos. Lil Bo, Marine Lord, and Stefano.
I love that picture of Stefano, by the way. That's one of my favorite esport pictures of all time. I think
He's in
Helena took it.
socks. Whoa.
What? The Moulin Rouge?
Yeah, you guys kept talking about the Moulin Rouge. There you go. There you have it. You want to go? Look at
Yes,
them.
absolutely. We want
They're
to go.
sexy. Stefano in particular.
If I can see Marino in action like that, I want to go. But if Marino is not there dancing like that, I will leave immediately because that's not the type of place I like to be found at.
Never too early to learn Starcraft.
That's true.
He doesn't look very happy.
No, he's like that, really. Like.
He's looking away. Actually, you should like position it so he can.
That's
watch
because
again.
it's
not very efficient. You know?
No,
You
that's
should,
because
like,
it's
force him to watch.
the little kid is a Terran player and he like refuses to watch PvP. He's already a rebel. That's what's going on over there. It's very cool actually. This is a PvP. Of course, we Todd and me are very excited to get some PvP. Do you like PvP?
Yeah, it was pretty cool actually. I was watching the partying against Showtime at the.
Oh yeah, that was sick.
That was a sick game.
Disruptors.
It was like sick dodge, yeah.
Hey, I think this is a very good map as well. So we're getting ready to hop into the first game of France versus Sweden. I want to hear the passion here in this studio because everybody's want to go wale wale, but Arena as first map, Todd. I think this is exactly the type of map that if Moro is going to contribute to a Swedish victory, it has to happen here. PvP on this weird, bizarre map, sky's the limit. Anything can happen.
All right, starting in the top left-hand side of the map, playing as the Blue Protoss, and of course, he plays for France. It is, of course, Lilbo!
Lilbo!
Wale!
And to keep one tradition in life, I want you to introduce the Swedish player.
Me? What the fuck? Alright, in the bottom left corner, is it gonna show him?
Yeah, that's the screen.
Yeah, you should look at that one.
Oh, so sick and fishy. In the bottom left corner, we have the
Swedish.
Yeah, the Swedish red Protoss, and it is Moro, the captain of the Sweden, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching at the wrong screen.
Last night he's taking his toll on some of us, like Apollo and Elke in particular.
Who could have ever thought that we would see the day in Starcraft where Roddy was the most mature man?
Are you though?
Yeah?
Not yet.
Okay.
You have not surpassed me yet.
Well, last night I earned a few stripes, though.
This map is pretty cool actually. It seems like it plays way different than the other maps because.
Yeah, it's a very unique map, of course, because of that little hallway / path that connects both bases. But in PvP, it doesn't mean that much. You know, Todd, have you played Nexus first on this map? Because at first I thought Nexus first there is suicide, but I think Nexus first and then just dropping a pylon in the middle to keep the adepts away is actually not all that bad. I think
you mean without anything before, like pylon Nexus, or with a gateway before the Nexus?
No, like Nexus, Gate, and then like you drop a pylon to keep the adepts away. I think the only thing you have to worry about then is maybe a mothership core being sent to your base immediately. That could be very annoying. Mothership core is wrecking your probes.
Yeah, it could be good. Usually though, you see more often more like a, one gate, one gas that you don't mine from Nexus, and then you start mining gas and stuff. But Lilbo, double gateway, most likely going to be double adept here for some good harassment. Typical Lilbo.
But then if I'm Moro here, what I do if I'm Moro...
double stalker.
Okay, that's probably that's a good variation.
Is he gonna proxy? When people double stalkers, sometimes they pylon and mothership core rush for photon overcharge, and sometimes they proxy a robo or a Stargate.
I think this might be a meta play because I think Moro, well, he's actually not dropping the Nexus yet. I thought they want to drop the Nexus and then maybe warp in the pylon over here, which would block adepts. But obviously the adepts won't keep use or Stalkers will be able to take care of a pylon a lot quicker than adepts. But Moro is not actually taking the bait. He's going for a defensive robo. So I think this is going to stop Lilba from going crazy aggressive and probably just expand. Don't you think so, Todd?
Yeah. I don't think he can be aggressive now. As it is, his probe's going to get shut down, sent away. He's going to stay home with his... He gets a 3rd and 4th Stalker. That's a really weird build.
Yeah, I think that Shadow is going to be warped in. Yep, photon overcharge might go down. Gets a couple of shots off. I think this adept might actually fall before really seeing anything, so that's not the greatest use of his
that's still
first
both
adept.
planned. Does he drop 2 more gates? No, Nexus. Why this many Stalkers? Like, we don't really see this very often. I guess you have to go into Blink Stalkers most of the time anyway, no matter what. So he wanted to make sure that he had some offensive capability if he saw any holes in the build of his opponent. At the same time, he was going to be very safe in defense with all of the Stalkers.
I really think he would have gone aggressive if he would have seen Moro go for a quicker expand or try to block this pathway off with a single pylon or this hallway. But since he saw the defensive robo, he's like, well, alright, it would be stubborn not to expand myself right now.
Lilbo drops down his own robo here behind this to make sure he can get some detection on time.
What do you think about photon overcharge, Elke?
That's so strong. It's just, I think it's a bit too strong, no?
A little bit?
It seems a little bit too strong.
I think they are thinking about raising or increasing the energy cost for photon overcharge. So
how much
instead of 25, it's now 25. So you can photon overcharge 8 times if your mothership core is full energy. But in the future they might increase it to 50, which means you only have 4.
Yeah, you start with only like a mothership core comes out with 50 energy when you make
so
it.
You
So it's
2 right away.
Yeah, right now it's 2, but then you only have 1.
Which would, I think, allow a lot more aggressive play against Protoss again in general.
Well,
I think if you want to make it,
again,
like, that's a really big nerf. And I feel right now with the way that the meta is shaping up, if they want to do that, then I do feel that it should last a little longer. Because one of the main reasons why they put it to 25 energy is because the Photon overcharge currently lasts very short.
What do you think, Kev, about the Immortals that are being made right now? It feels like it's not standard. Usually you see more Blink Stalkers. It's old school, right?
Yeah, it's very old school, but I think there is something that we haven't seen too much yet at high level PvP, but I think it's viable. Where people rush up to Disruptors extremely quickly, you just make 3 or 4 Immortals, then 6k Blink Stalker, and you just go for it, attack. And I think if Moro does that and Leobak goes up to Disruptors immediately, you may have to dodge 1 or 2 Disruptor shots, but as long as you spread out your Immortals and you won't lose all of them, even if Immortals have like 70 or 80 HP left after they get taken out by or they absorb a Disruptor hit, they will still push out so much damage on your opponent's Stalker.
Yeah.
And the moment that the Disruptors are on cooldown, I think you can make an Immortal push work. And if I'm Moro and I make this amount of Immortals, then I'm basically saying like, okay, I want to be very aggressive on 2 base.
Oh, he's gonna see gates.
/ trying to win it.
Let's see how many it is. Just 2 additional ones from now. I think, yeah, like you were right on the money here. And Lilbo.
Yeah, he's gonna drop the Robo Bay immediately. Lilba might make 1 Immortal, but not more than that.
If he goes up to at least 4 gates, though, I think he might be able to get enough in terms of Stalkers and everything. But
I like this by Moro, actually. I've played multiple PvPs like this myself. And it all comes down to how well do you split your units up and stuff. But the only tricky thing here is that there is a huge ramp going into the natural, so it's harder to attack on 2 bases than it is for on, you know, let's say a map that doesn't have a huge ramp in the 2nd base. Give me one. Larelac Press, well, kind of has a ramp.
More going for Prism and Robo Bay now.
Basically the way that Iron Fortress used to be.
And both players just gonna go for that 3rd base here.
But I still think Moro should start getting aggressive. If he does, well.
Yeah, he's gonna head across the map now.
Because like Immortals are so strong in this phase.
Oh,
of
the
the
War
game.
Prism gets spotted in the middle of the map with the Stalker that was at the Watchtower. He saw that just pass by.
I think it's not the end of the world. You don't have to use it.
But he's not going to the main, though.
I would
Maybe
actually
recall?
use the Prism for reinforcements. Quicker reinforcement would be massive. If I'm Moro, if I want to be aggressive, I wouldn't go through this little choke point though. Now I would go through the rocks. You have Immortals, you want to spread them out.
Yeah, that Prism could do a lot of damage, as somehow
There's a force field here as well.
Lilbo didn't see that Prism go by somehow, even though he had vision with the Stalker that he had at the... Disruptor is in position to maybe help against this.
What do you think, Aoki? Who's taking it? Are you worried for your boy?
I think it's good. It's okay because like if he like at this choke point, he's gonna have like so many more Stalkers shooting than his opponent. It's really hard to go for there with the same unit composition, right?
Yeah, if I'm Moro, I would definitely go via the rocks. But it seems like he doesn't really want to be aggressive. Moro's satisfied with the position that he's in. But the longer he waits, the harder it's going to be to make those Immortals that he has really pay for themselves. Like I think this is a good moment for Moro to go warp in 4 Stalkers. You can even keep the Prism still active in the main base, which forces the no Moro, yes, which forces a couple of units. Good pickup there. Now send over the Prism to the main army. No, not like that, Moro. You want to keep that Prism alive. It's very important. I think this could be a very successful push, but Moro has to go real soon. If the Disruptor count from Lilba goes up to 4 or 5, then I think Moro's in
Moro
trouble.
has way more though. Lilbo, sorry.
Yeah, that's because Moro is not spending his money. Or he's spending it on
Lilbo is on 61 army against 46. I think Lilbo is absolutely going to trash Moro if they were to fight anytime soon.
Yeah, Moro waited for a very long time. But Moro has a lot of stuff in production at home. Like, he should actually go back. Lilba could jump on top of this army, and then, well, jumping on top of Immortals is risky. But when you have double Robo and a Stargate and a Forge going down, you shouldn't be on the other side of the map with your army.
Yeah.
Moro, you're playing with fire.
I think he might just pull back now.
Yeah,
and double Robo Disruptor is going to have ground pretty well covered. The Stargates, I wonder if he's actually already thinking about transitioning into Tempest here.
No, I think it's more a safety Phoenix or maybe an Oracle for something.
How about carriers? Carriers?
No,
It takes too long.
I don't know about that.
It's not Brood Royal.
just try, sure.
Yeah, no, they are good, but it just takes a very, very long time to get carriers out. And if your opponent sees that you're going up to carriers, he just drops 4 extra gateways and makes a sick amount of arc on the Stalker and kills you.
Oracle! Oh, it's actually so important, Oracle.
Yeah, Revelation is great.
Oh, that's Stalker. Yeah, Revelation can be so important in this fight. Being able to see your opponent's army at off time.
That's sick.
Lilbo blinks a little bit too late and he's going to lose a bunch of Stalkers there.
Man, Moro is playing good, man. I think it's really good. Let's not forget that these 3 Immortals do really matter as long as they're not all clumped up. Now, don't do that. Okay, he just lost 1 Disruptor. That's kind of painful. So
They're
far.
gonna do the dance, man.
Yeah. Look at Lilbo, 1200 minerals.
Lilbo in the past, though, he's been one of the more aggressive Protosses when, like, on 2-3 bases. He always knew when to hit, like, the right timing. So we'll see here if that's the case as well. Pretty late forge here.
Are you referring to Heart of the Swarm or Legacy?
Yeah, Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, I totally agree with that statement. And I haven't seen too many PvPs yet in Legacy. But we saw Lilbo lose 0-2 against Majestic at DreamHack. Revelation is massive. That's very useful. I am impressed with how Moro is playing so far.
The Oracle in particular, I think, like, gives him a lot of initiative. Like, he has so much vision. Like, if you take a look at his vision, he sees the entire army of his opponent.
Just be careful.
Look at this. He sees the whole army.
Okay,
and he's still messing it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's the second time that Moro lost a Disruptor and actually didn't.
He's getting
kill
over
any.
eager. Like, sometimes if you get too close and you're like, I really want to blow something up, then that's when you will lose a little bit more.
I started to get a little worried, Elkie.
No, I'm okay. I think he lost 2 Disruptors for free, so I think.
But you know that the jinx or the curse is very, very real. If Franz loses the first map here again, like if Moro loses to
if
Lilbo,
even Moro wins, it's definitely on Elkie.
Oh, one more.
Wow, so close.
This is like actually kind of silly. I'm still not really sure how I feel about PvP in its current state. A bunch of disruptor balls being shot back and forth.
Is there any other way to play it than making Disruptors?
Nope.
Unless there's a few all-ins, maybe.
Yeah,
that
with
can
Immortal,
work.
Blinkstalker. Well.
But they would be much earlier into the game. Like at this stage in the game, if you try almost anything else, then if you try to add Colossus, for example, I think it's going to be pretty
Actually,
bad.
Showtime added Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest. Tempest is the one thing that you can add from this point onwards because you've got ground covered with enough disruptors.
So I like Lilbo's army. Oh, wow, that was a very good connection from Moro. I like Lilbo's army.
Lilbo has one single group of units.
Look at Moro! Look at Moro! He's picking off important
if you
units
put
one by
Stalkers
one.
and Disruptor in the same group of units, it's going to be so much harder to do this than if you split Stalkers from...
Moro! Oh, not paying attention there for a split second. But at first, like, Lilbo was getting the better trades, but then suddenly Moro got a couple of very big hits.
Lilbo needs to fix that. He needs to use 2 groups here.
But
one with just Stalkers.
so much more army and money.
But Todd, I've played Protoss for years. Don't tell me to use 2 groups suddenly.
Yeah, but like, man, you have to...
I'm kidding. I totally agree with you.
When I started playing, when I put my Stalkers and Disruptor together, like every single time, I feel you can't win. Against a good player that will use 2 groups, you can't win because you have to go forward with your whole army and then blinking and using Disruptor will take way too long.
Oh, what's going on? There's some big hits there.
He was looking elsewhere and now some more big detonations. He blows... What?
Disruptors for Disruptors. Moro actually took out a couple of Disruptors there.
That was so far.
And look at the amount of money that Lilbo has. I'm a little bit surprised, Todd. Why is he not trying to spend it in any other way? Oh, Moro with the drop! Okay, good blink there.
Whoa.
Excellent blink. Well, that was very ambitious and very expensive in the end.
Yeah.
Actually, Lilbo might just attack here. He's got way more disruptors. Look at this. Only one of the 2 disruptors now. He's gonna have a detonation available.
My drop against Blinkstalker is not really.
Nah, it's risky, but sometimes you can catch your opponent off guard. You know.
You can just blink. You can just blink out of it, right?
But if your opponent looks away for a split second, look at the production tab though, Todd. Dark Shrine finishing up. I think the War Prism is the War Prism is not alive anymore.
Tempest.
But double Tempest on the way already, and Lilbo is 2,400 minerals. He's just stuck.
Like, yeah, Tempests are going to be so important here because you can't counter them.
Stasis. I think you should get a Stasis.
How do you counter the Tempest?
You need to have Tempest as well. If you blink forward under the Tempest, imagine what the Disruptor will do to the Stalkers. So,
hey, Moro's playing so well, guys. He's wiping in 3 Dark Templars. Are we looking at a potential very big upset over here in the first game of the last Nation War of Week 1?
There is no cannon in any of the mineral lines of Lilbo here.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's gonna take.
He has one
How many
single observer.
One. One? Where is it?
I can't find it.
Probably with the army then.
Yeah, with the army. Oh!
Wow, Moro is just playing better right now with these Dark Templars doing some serious work.
He has to recall. He has to recall.
Yeah, but then he's gonna lose one of his other bases. Moro's moving forward with the real army. He's gonna attack Revelation and a couple disruptors, take him out as well. Is Moro actually just destroying Lilbo in a PvP over here?
So far, it's looking pretty dicey here for Lilbo to be able to win this.
Elkie's shaking his head. He can't believe it. Franz hasn't won a single game yet since he's been behind the casting desk.
Okay, nice defense on the Nexus from Lilbo. Actually, this can backfire. Lilbo is on 58 probes against 69, so his max out army is going to be bigger, but the Tempest will have no answer no matter what here.
Tempest, Oracles, he still has to worry about the DTs when he starts attacking as well. At least there are a couple of cannons at the 4th base, but Moro in a really good spot. What is the disruptor count at right now, Johan? Because I feel it's in favor of Moro. Yes, it is. Well, just 8 against 7. But here are those Tempests. You can't forward blink. Wow, that's a very weird blink. Oh my God, what a massive hit there by Moro.
What
Yeah,
the?
Tempest being attacked now, but that's going to give a lot of room for Disruptors to do a lot of damage. Blink back here from Lilbo.
The Immortals are still alive as well, Johan. These Immortals are pushing out so much damage.
Yeah, Lilbo is running out of units. 71 army supply to 108. Moro crushing through.
This is crazy.
And maybe
What?
with the upset here. Elki, what have you done?
Look at all
What
these
the
stuff.
hell?
Okay, a couple of good Disruptor hits there, but I
Lilbo
don't...
is gonna lose this one. I don't know. It feels like he was playing kind of passively, and he's like.
He just didn't transition. Well, Moro was doing all the right things, you know. He's transitioning, he's showing himself. Lilba was stuck on simple gateways and double disruptive production. You still have to be careful, of course, because this game is not over till it's truly over with all these disruptors. That's a very juicy hit.
He needs like 4 more like this, but not having any...
Just killing that Robo, I think, is a great start for Moro. Does Moro have a Warp Prism or something? Yes, he does. Man, he's playing excellent. Very impressed.
Yeah, looking to try and finish. There's quite a few cannons on the right-hand side. If Lilbo can buy enough time here, he's going to need a crazy recovery. 4 more Tempests coming, I think.
Disruptors are very good units.
He's going to have too much snipes, the Disruptors as well. Tempest come back in, and Lilbo is going to be down to his last few units. Sweden, man.
Moro, the captain, actually hasn't won a whole lot. Oh, those are a couple of very juicy hits, but I think in the end it doesn't really matter as Moro's still up 50 supply. You said it as well, Johan. With these 4 Tempests here. Okay, I think they're gonna remove you from the casting desk soon, mate.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad. Man, who could have predicted this? And I kind of said it, you know, Moro maybe in a cheeky PvP, and he played. I don't think victory at all. I think he did everything right. He transitioned when he had room. I love the opening with the Immortals as well. It's just a well-deserved victory.
Yeah, when you have to pull the probes against Tempest and Disruptors, that's when you know you're in trouble. Moro doing exactly what he needed to, and that was pretty impressive. GG.
Wow.
Sweden goes up 1-0 against France.
Moro, the captain, takes out Lilbo, the WCS Season 3 champion. There are a lot of easy jokes here to make where I'm definitely not going, but I'm very impressed with Moro. Once again, I did not feel that this was a lucky victory. I felt he just played better. He's transitioning, going up to Tempest. He was active with his Disruptors. He was controlling his units properly. The DT's transition, going up to 4 bases. He kept his money way lower than Lilbo did. I can only applaud Moro's performance here.
Yeah, Moro played very well. I think it's kind of disappointing because Lilbo didn't really do very much. He was like, I don't know, he was kind of like, he never had the initiative, and he never really took any, like, I don't know, he never didn't. It feels like he just like...
He just sat there and let it happen to him.
Kind of waited and like reacted a little bit, but yeah, it seemed like he was playing very passively.
Yeah, I mean, he had like 2,000 minerals at a certain point, had nothing on the production tab other than like a double disruptor all the time. And at first he was getting better trades, but at a certain point, Moro really picked up on the disruptive movement.
Canadian support friends.
And he was getting much juicier connections. Either way, keep the tweets coming. Hashtag NW3. Suddenly, this last NationWars is going to be very, very exciting. Of course, for this week, we'll be back next Thursday with much more Starcraft action. Friends going all the way in. Hashtag NationWars, hashtag NW3.
That's magnificent baguettes.
I want some more baguettes. I loved your interview, by the way. When you were doing the post-game analysis yesterday, you're standing here with your baguette. Okay, what's going to happen?
Who do you think are going to send against Moro? Stefano or Marine Lord?
I think it has to be Marine Lord.
Like, it depends. Like, the first question they should ask themselves, like, Marine Lord is going to have to be like the one guy here to carry. So the question is, does Stefano feel confident to beat Moro? And the answer, I think, would be yes. I think Stefano should come out.
I think I'm with you, Johan.
It's Dust Towers as well.
It depends on the map, right?
Yes. What's the map, Johan?
Dust Towers.
I think that's a reasonable map for Protoss against Zerg, in all honesty, but I don't think Marine Lord likes it a whole... Well, maybe the fort base can be a little bit tricky to take, but I think you're right. I think you're looking at this right now, you don't think too far down the line, you just think like, all right, we're down 0-1, this is not good. We have Stefano as well, who's still a little bit of a question mark. How good is he truly at the moment?
Actually, I think the next maps also impact who come out now, because Marine Lord said he doesn't like to play against Zerg, and Sweden has 2 Zergs left, so they probably look at the next maps as well. Like
Orbital Shipyard is a very straightforward, fair map, I think.
Yeah, and then Prion Terraces. So if Marine Lord feels better about or worse about playing, against Zergs, and on these maps in particular, maybe like send out Stefano now to try and take out Moro, and then maybe lose to a Zerg. Or actually, to be honest, if Stefano comes out now and takes out Moro, it's easy, anybody's game.
This was such a big victory, though, for Moro, taking out Lilba, one of the stronger players. This time, I was not the hipster, guys. This time, I didn't go for the hipster Sweden pick. But things are starting to look a little dicey. Imri is already wrong. Apollo is already wrong, but that's no surprise. Apollo has never gone back-to-back in predictions.
Yeah.
It's too much to ask.
I don't think he cares about the prediction as much as he cares about everything else where he tries to go back-to-back in, if you know what I mean.
Back-to-back. Let's see if he can do it tonight. Let's see if France can win a game. That would be sick, actually. Every game France I casted, they never win.
I think that's going to be broken right here, right now. But I think looking back at it, I think the France team made a mistake. I don't think you should send Lilbao out first. I think it was a little bit risky. Maybe they didn't expect Moro. Maybe they didn't expect the PvP. But we know that Lilbao is not a star in PvP. He's always been more spectacular. That was a great word. Spectacular in PvZ or PvT. But we'll see. Who am I? Who am I to judge the actions of Ilias Saturi, the captain? Or maybe it's more like a joint discussion. I guess they just didn't expect Moro at first. I'm expecting Stefano right now. Like, I think putting Stefano to good use is the most important thing they can possibly do. I think Ilias' ZVZ is decent, and I think he can take Moro out in a ZVP.
He was pretty disappointing earlier when he played, but he said that he was only used as a bait, according to him. So.
I mean, that wasn't even a bad ZVP. It was more just that he forgot there were a couple of links out on the map that really caught him off guard and just put sort of ahead economically. Other than that, it wasn't a horrible effort. I think.
Who is it going to be, boys?
I think Stefano.
Stefano? I would like to see Stefano, yeah. That would be fun. But on the other hand, if like Marino doesn't like to play against Zerg, and like there's only one Protoss, he doesn't like to play against Zerg, and the two other guys are Zerg, might as well get the win against Protoss, right? Otherwise it's going to be
it's time. Who is it going to be?
I think Ilias. It's going to be Ilias, the captain himself.
Marine Lords or Stefano. It is Marine Lords. All right.
I suck at these predictions.
So Terran versus Protoss. Marine Lord pretty confident here to come out on Dusk Towers to try and take out Moro and then take on some Zergs.
Interesting. Of course, Moro, for the people who don't know or haven't been following Starcraft for that long, was a Terran player once upon a time, even a successful Terran player. He won the first big offline Starcraft 2 event ever, all the way back in 2010 into Extreme Masters, back then as a Terran. So I feel like if once upon a time you've been such a diehard Terran player, you will never forget what you hate the most when you're on the other side. Like right now, he's Protoss.
How long has he been Protoss for?
Only a couple of months, I think.
Yeah, not long.
Why?
A month or two.
Because he saw the trailer of the Legacy of the Void. It's just so inspiring. So.
I don't know if that's the reason. I think Moro had been vocal about like not liking to play against Protoss for a very long time, so maybe he wanted to join the dark side. But in Legacy of the Void, to be honest, it's pretty tough.
I am your father.
Protoss or Terran? What? Which one is tough?
Yeah, Protoss is pretty tough. I think like to. I mean, maybe it's like the bias me that says that, but I think a lot of players have been saying that like, you know, towards the end of Heart of the Swarm, Protoss was doing pretty well. A lot of stuff had been figured out, timings, all-ins, force fields, whereas now like everything's been reset. And so far, I haven't seen too many Protoss do very, very well. You know, at DreamHack there was like this
Parting was doing good. Parting was doing good.
Yeah, but like he's one of the exceptions. Parting and Showtime are like the two guys at DreamHack that showed that like Protoss can win, but other than them, before that, there was a huge consensus that Protoss was having a really hard time.
So let's see, yeah.
I think it has a little bit to do with just overall motivation as well for Moro. He's streaming a lot more, trying to make a living that way. And if you want to do that, it's very important that you truly enjoy yourself. Because if you're not having fun, how will your viewers have fun, right? Like if you don't enjoy doing something, then the people who watch you won't enjoy it either. So maybe you just want to have a fresh start and see how much he would enjoy the game playing Protoss.
Play random. You should play random. Random is fun.
I mean, like maybe if he plays Protoss for 2-3 months, then he's just going to be like, all right, I'm officially a random player from now on. We've had a couple people in the past try random. TLO tried it for a while, but he didn't do it forever.
This stuff is really hard.
It is very tricky. Especially because on a certain point when you start doing well in a tournament, you know, you're on a good run, then it's suddenly like, okay, I'm playing against the Zerg. No, man, my TVZ is really bad. Do I really want to play random here? Or do I start race picking? And that's where it begins, you know. That's when you start losing like the random match and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to play PVZ.
Yeah, but actually that's good because then you can pick the matchups. I used to play like Protoss against Zerg a long time ago, like on some island maps, because it was stronger with like the River and Corsair. Like there's some like particular maps where you can like practice some matchups.
All right, boys, it's time. Look at PVT ratio right there. I don't know, Kev.
But Reload is a brave man. It's a very bold move to go out on PVT on this map. Let's see how it plays out for him. Over here on Dust Tower, we're looking at the main base of the Swedish captain. It is Moro, the man who has played every single race in StarCraft 2.
One of the sickest race switchers of all time.
And now in the bottom we have the blue Terran Marine Lord. hopefully he's gonna be able to get a victory for our team. That'll be nice.
And break the Elky curse. You know, Elky, every single time that you do the introduction, you always introduce the other player, right? The other nation. You never introduce the French player.
Yeah, maybe that's the secret.
Maybe this is the secret. Now you finally introduced the French player, and maybe this is where the Elky curse
but
gets
Marina
broken.
played really well against Mana. Actually, I was watching yesterday, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that was
a pretty good
played
game.
really well.
Yeah, very good game.
On this map, though, early game aggression can be tricky to pull off against a solid Protoss. You know, that's going to be on point with the overcharges and like be able to see everything. But I wonder actually what Moro will play like here. Does he already feel like he's an underdog and tries to cheese, or do you think he takes it to a longer game, like 3-4 bases maybe?
Yeah. I think he wants to take it to a longer game. The only thing where I think this map becomes very difficult for Protoss is 4 bases and more scenario where they will have the Liberator upgrade. I have no idea what it's called, but basically, you know,
Advanced ballistics,
yeah, really?
I think.
Damn, Todd, you're on point. So once they research that, you can basically put liberation zones away from half across the screen, if not a full screen away, and there's no such thing anymore as blinking in a couple stalkers forward and sniping a Liberator. And I think that's when this map becomes very good for Terran. But that's obviously that's not something we have to worry about in the first 10 minutes of this game. You have to get there first, and that's not easy, because this could be a very good map as well for some crazy War Prism play, or maybe even Oracles.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is though, I talked about this before, Marine Lord against Protoss, his defense to almost everything is really good. He gets a Cyclone which can shut down any kind of Oracle or War Prism play, and it's very hard to do any damage against him. Every single time he will open with that quick factory that we're seeing here. And I think if Moro has some sort of a plan where he's going to be playing a whole bunch with like War Prism and all that, one of the only ones that I could see working here is if he goes like something like 4 Adepts in a War Prism and 7 Gates. That maybe could work. If somehow he was able not to lose the War Prism instantly, but if he does, then it's over.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it that much, right? Like, he just got a very, very important victory for his nation already.
Yeah.
So you could say he has absolutely nothing to lose over here, and he may just be like, you know what, I'm going all in, you know, it's everything or nothing. Hell or glory over here. And I said, well, that's a pretty quick robo thought, so it's still an option. And if you catch your opponent off guard and you put Sweden up 2-0, well, then everybody in this studio will start sweating truly, and a couple tears will be shed. I can already see.
We'll have to save the day once more.
That would be a very magical story. You remember Korea against the rest of the world?
Oh yeah.
Ilias
almost did it alone.
A long time ago, there was a show match in during IPO in Las Vegas. The rest of the world against Korea, and the rest of the world was down like 0-4, and then Stefano came up and he killed 4 Koreans in a row. I think he lost the final match, right?
Yeah, and he almost won the last match too. He was, I think, against Quirtle, but like before that, he beat Life and like all these guys.
MC as well.
Everyone
I
was like, "What the hell?"
He played MC on Daybreak. I won't forget that game. So
I remember the Koreans actually talking about it, and like basically they were saying like, "How is Stefano so good?" Like, I don't understand.
Well, nobody really understood it. Like, I had Stefano stay with me once in America for 2 weeks straight. And I was like, all these stories about Stefano not practicing, it's all a lie. You know, I can't wait to see him play every single day. He just didn't play a single game. Until the last day, I was like, Ilias, man, like, you've got a big tournament next week. You should really play. And then I went to work and I came back. At the end of the day, I looked at his ladder profile. He went 3-7 on the American server. I asked him about it. He's like, yeah, I went 3-7. I lost to Desro. I think I'm ready. I was like, Ilias, you're so sick. So then next morning, he travels to Sweden and wins the European Championships, $30,000. I was like, this kid makes no sense at all. 2 weeks long, every day he just wanted to go out, not play any Starcraft, not practice, flies to Sweden and wins the entire thing. I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. Talking about, how would you call it, WCS 2012, I think there was back then, when he beat Vortex in the final. Showed up with his white t-shirt, the legendary
His luggage was lost,
yeah,
you know that? His luggage was lost. Completely white t-shirts, like no team uniform, because he was in his luggage.
He stayed in
It looked so funny, like he looked like he was so out of place, but then he won.
He stayed in America for 2 weeks. He played like 10 games total, maybe like 20 or 30 over 2 weeks, but the last game he played like 10 games. Just wanted to go out all the time. Flies to Sweden, his flight gets postponed, arrives later, loses his luggage and wins the tournament. Like, like if you tell that story to people, they won't believe it.
It's like the opposite of Solar. Solar played like 1,500 games in 2 weeks.
Hey, by the way, Marine Lords killed the Observer that was across the map, and that saw the 3rd CC. And Moro, going with the double forge here, it looks like he doesn't want to be aggressive. He's just going to be upgrading, getting a lot of adepts, I'm guessing, and trying to play a longer game, looks like. Another observer actually finding its way across the map.
Double Forge is also a pretty cool thing to see, because I feel a lot of Protoss players are almost forgetting about the Forge so far in Legacy. Like, of course, the game hasn't been really figured out yet, and people don't exactly know when do I squeeze in a Forge, you know?
Actually, he wants to be aggressive. Look at this. Moro's moving out.
Yeah, but if you have Double Forge, I think it's more to scare your opponent rather than actually committing to it, right? I mean,
I don't think so. I think like with the way he's warping in and moving across the map, like it looks more like he means it. It's going to be very important for that Cyclone of Marine Lord. Where is it?
I think it's very...
To shut down the War Prism, because if he doesn't, and we have Adepts in every single base, then I think he's going to be in so much trouble.
He needs to raise the depot. If these Adepts get on top of the tanks, that's where things get very tricky. No, he's not going to do that.
Oh!
What?
Moro!
I don't know, man.
I don't know, Kev.
This isn't looking all that good for Moro right now.
That was pretty bad.
Oh my god, no! Everything's going wrong. I mean, you might be able to sneak in like 4 or 5 Adepts to the back of the main base.
And behind this, more gateways are going to go down. Moro is supposed to restart another War Prison, but he hasn't yet. He's getting an Observer.
Some magical way, he's still killing 11 SCVs, which is insane, considering the fact how bad that start was of that. But let's take a look at units lost resources and see if that was actually worth it or not. 1900 resources lost for Moro against 782 for Marine Lord.
Yeah, well,
you're not very worth it. I mean, like
Moro 73 probes, 49 SCVs.
That is true. But how can he deal with the counterattack?
Yeah, at this stage of the game, losing 10 SCVs is not that
Oh my
bad,
god, look at
you already has 3 bases with the mules. It's not.
Moro drops a second a Robo Bay, and a Stargates. And he made it like a very unearthly amount of gateways.
If I'm Marine Lord right now, he has double Starport on the way, but I would love to see Marine Lord move out soon and put some pressure. Like, you made all these tanks, so let these tanks pay for themselves. I guess it's risky to go across the map if you don't have Medivacs.
I think it's better to wait for Liberators for sure, like Liberators and Medivacs, and then like you're sure that you can't really lose the fight. Like we saw it against Mana, like, and even like Mana put up a hell of a fight. I think if Marine Lord just waits for that, uses his triple starport well, he's still going to be in a really good position here to win this.
Like Elky makes a good point, and I do agree with it, that like losing 10 SCVs in this phase in the game is not as deadly as losing it a lot earlier. You're on triple CC, you got a bunch of mules. But Moro is very greedy. Todd just said it as well. He dropped all those big buildings. He has double force. He has a lot of big upgrades on the way. Templar Archives going down. He's on 76 workers. It's almost too much. He's going to be able to saturate his fort base very quickly. In that case, I don't know. Maybe Marine Lord should do something. He plays PvT or TVP, excuse me, so passive.
Where are the fusion core at, man?
You wanna do a cheeky fusion core dance? I saw you dance last night, Todd. Not bad.
Did I?
No.
Oh, there it is, by the way.
Did I? Question mark.
Fusion core going down here is gonna be for that extra range upgrades.
Man, we need to bring Day 9 back. I want to see a big live crowd do the fusion core dance one more time. If he would have finished that one too, I would have absolutely lost it. I would have stood up from the casting deck and just leave.
Actually, Moro is not in a bad spot compared to like how many adepts he lost with that one.
But the only thing is that if they fight in a straight up engagement, there is no DPS in this army anymore. Like adepts are very good when the army supplies are kind of small, but the moment that the Terran army goes like 165, 170, 180, it becomes very hard for adepts to be extremely useful.
So what are we gonna transition into?
These shades.
Disruptor, Storm.
Cancel, yeah, okay.
Like, he can get a little bit of everything, and having a couple of adepts is absolutely not bad, but he needs a real army. He's getting +1 air weapons already, which
looks like
Tempest, I guess.
More, yeah, he wants to go for Tempest, but if you look at what both armies are like, I think Moro will get trashed in a fight.
Yeah, right now he would, but if you look at 4 or 5 Disruptors and like 5 or 6 Tempests, then it's a completely different ballgame, right?
So Moro wants to do the same thing, or like a similar thing that we saw in the previous game, but instead of having Stalkers this time, he's got a lot of Adepts. But he wants to basically dominate the ground with Disruptors and then have some uncontested Tempests.
Hey, that's a really big pickoff, because if that Oracle would have dropped Stasis, that could have really slowed Marine Lord down and would have bought a lot of time for the Tempest. Freedom.
Never lucky. Gonna be able to pull back on
Can Moro fight here?
He needs to dodge the Disruptors. Moro shouldn't really commit. Okay, he has to go back right now. Oh, these Disrupt shots are not going to be good enough.
Killed it before.
Moro is going to lose so much. He's going to lose everything, I think, over here. This is not a good fight for him at all. There's no DPS.
Yeah, those forfeits were not very useful either. They're like...
Nope. I loved it, man. No respect shown by Marine Lord. He's like, you got disruptors, that's fine. I'll eat them for breakfast. Alright, now he needs to put on a lot of pressure. Don't be too slow, because Tempests are super good against both tanks and Liberators. So Marine Lord should show no respect here and just go for it. Run up, and as long as you avoid the disruptors, or at least they won't kill your entire army, you're going to be fine. The Tempests are slowly but steady chipping away at the army of Marine Lord, though.
That observer behind is getting some sick vision.
Oh, man. Marine Lord needs to go. He needs to, like, yeah.
It's go time. I don't know what he's waiting for. Maybe he's afraid there is a bunch of disruptors. There is one, but he's not going to do nearly enough.
Decent split there. A few more disrupt shots going down, but they're not connecting with the units that they have to connect with. So I think this is the moment that Marine Lord will be able to put some serious pressure on that fort base and even take it out. That got very close at a certain moment there. A couple Zealots being walked in, but it shouldn't be enough. Eusebio, Alexi!
It's your time, baby. The Elky curse.
Yes, let's do it. Oh.
He introduced Marine Lord.
Terran wins one game. So sick. So exciting.
Front wins. Well, Archons actually, well, they will say no to it, but there's just no backbone to Moro's army. That's the biggest problem that he currently has. He has nothing to fall back on. No Storm. Plus 3 upgrades. Yeah, they were just not ready in time.
Not many medivacs to heal, but I don't think it should matter. Marine Lords just got way too much. Tempest trying to do what they can. Archons and Zealots as well. Marine Lord splitting as well as he can.
What are the upgrades for Marine Lord? Okay, he's on 2-2. So I guess he had even upgrades for the majority of this battle. A lot of the medevacts very low on HP. Moro trying to squeeze out as many units as he can, and it is getting a little close though. These Zealots have 3-3 upgrades now. Time Warp is going to go down as well. Photon Overcharge helping out a little bit. Moro, does Marine Lord know about Moro's 5th base? Yeah, he should run right now actually.
Yeah, actually it's funny, Moro's not even mining from that base.
If he was mining from that base, that would have been a big problem.
Now he's mining.
Moro has a full upgraded Ventus, basically 2 upgrades ahead now. That's a pretty damn big deal. And Moro has all the infrastructure a Protoss could dream of.
Don't jinx it, buddy. Elky was so happy.
I was so happy, but yeah, it's like... it's actually very close.
Moro is doing a very good
job.
Nord
was like engaging really well in all the fights.
He's re-expanding.
Then it's still not really that ahead.
I think against this army, it's very important that you go for drops. You need to kill observers, and I think you want to start dropping. Oh, that's a decent disruptor hit. The second one is decent as well. I don't think he can fight this. Archon Zealots, there's almost no bio units over here. Well, there's a couple more streaming in. Disruptors are very scary though. Oh god, Marine Lord. Marine Lord!
No!
Stop fighting.
Yeah, I think you want to drop against
Pull back
army.
and get some Vikings, I don't know. Like.
This is a super immobile army though, don't you agree, Todd? Like Tempest, Disruptor, Archon, it's horrible to defend against drops.
It reminds me of this one time SOS tried to go for Tempest against Innovation on Neo Planet S, and Innovation just like dropped all over the place. I think if right now Marine Lord started doing this, it would be so great for him. This Warpism, by the way, scares me across the map.
The scan is a little deceiving, man. Moro is actually almost taking a supply lead now, despite being down 40-50 supply earlier. Marine Lord, you gotta do some work with this double drop. Is there Mothership Core remade? Did he remake one? I don't think he did, right? Okay, he did.
It's in the natural. So I guess he can send that to the main and use a bunch of overcharge. There's even some disruptor there.
Oh no! Oh god.
Oh, he tried to kill it before, but failed.
Well, he's gonna have to avoid that disruptor shot. He can still do something, but 5
Oh, two Liberators flew into the Tempest in mid-map.
And they survived?
Yeah, they got away, but that looked really bad here for a second.
Actually, he's still killing quite a bit with his
like see, this is just a single drop, and it even took so much damage from one Liberator hit. The scan is gonna go down now, and Marine are looking at that army, maybe not respecting it.
Does he know about that base on right?
No, I don't think he did. You can check it.
He doesn't.
No, he's never...
I mean, can he sense that he could be there? No, apparently. Wants to siege that one.
But look at how much this drop did. No.
Moro's moving across the map.
No, you can't base trade against a Terran. You're signing your own death sentence.
Moro wants to base trade here. He's just gonna move across the map to try and fight, catch a huge chunk of this army and defend back at home and with whatever is remade.
And the probes that were like left from that nexus on the right side, they were actually heading down, which should tip Marine Lord off that there is another base over there. I think this base trade scenario is very, very promising for Marine Lord and for France. Moro's just taking like all these nexuses right now. He's no. This army is so trapped. Like, what the hell is he gonna do with this army, Todd?
What he can.
Baby rage.
how many shots does he have in Disruptor? I guess 3 more.
Well, here come the Liberators. Liberation zones being spread all over the place. These Tempers are going to fall as well. That's a sick engagement for Marine Lord, and he's going to clean up this entire army of Moro.
Yeah, that was kind of weird of Moro to like pull back on this side of the map and
Marine Lord,
spread his army. Like
he should definitely fly his main base elsewhere to like a new base, but he instead, I guess he made another CC already, so he's gonna fly that to a 5th base.
Gets a juicy Oracle kill there as well.
And now Marine Lord in upgrades, he's 3-3, and he's got +2 as well for the Liberators and Vikings.
And he's got something ballistics, right? Though.
Yes. Advanced ballistics.
yeah, it's good for Marine Lord now.
Moro.
Yeah, it's very good. Marine Lord should not lose this, no matter what happens over here. Liberation zones, the Disruptor hits maybe big. Actually, not a single Disruptor is shooting right now. I'm not sure why.
Marine Lord this time is doing it. I screamed his name last time, but it was a little bit too early. Here we go, boy. Steam forward for France.
Stim for the win as he's taking out gateways, pylons, and Moro probably regretting marching across the map with his army. Put up a very good fight though, and of course he got an important victory before, so it's not the end of the world for Moro. But right now we're gonna tie things up. France against Sweden is going to be 1-1.
GG! Finally a win. Oh, shit it. Nice, good job, Marine Lord. Nice.
The dream is alive. One time.
Alive. Oh, that was a really great game too. Actually, it was really fun, and yeah, I feel like Marine Lord was like crushing, and then he kind of came back to even, and I guess Moro's army composition was kind of like surprising too, because he had like a bit of everything more, right? And then he went, but actually he took a lot of bad fights earlier, like when he like didn't cancel the adept, and he lost like 5 of them, and then like.
So what do you think about Terran? OP?
What the hell? No, he's like.
It's really funny
well.
because Protoss can get up to this army where it becomes almost impossible for the Terran to engage. But that's why you should just not engage it. Like you don't want to run into Disruptors, Tempest, Oracle that's going to attack your army, Archons, Zealots, and close to a Warp-in pylon. Like that just becomes very, very difficult. But the moment he started dropping, I think that's when things started to tip in favor of Marine Lord.
Yeah, because even if he lost like a lot in his first drop, he killed a lot with like more a lot.
This guy's not bad at Photoshop actually.
Is that Photoshop? I don't see it.
We got baguette skin, mate.
Oh, I don't see it. I thought it was real. And also, I feel like because of the drop, I almost feel that Moro panicked a little bit, and then he lost his 4 base, and then just ran across the map.
Yeah, that was really weird actually. What he did with his army, he just like stood there with half his army, because he was not doing that bad at that point. But his army was just completely spread out, and then.
Tricky game. Todd is rewatching the broadcast. Couple minutes of delay.
I wanted to watch these last fights and stuff, and how Moro like got trapped on the map. It was really weird.
I mean, he trapped himself. He didn't get trapped. He just went there like, and then.
It's really funny.
I don't understand the plan.
No, me neither. Like it's like he wants to base trade, but he doesn't have any probes on this side of the map. He has no pylon and he has no prism. And earlier, when Moro played against Pig, Moro actually could have won that game against Pig if after he killed the 4th base, he had either a warp prism, which he lost before, or a pylon, or just go back. But he's like, Protoss is not the type of race that can just stay on the other side of the map forever without a way to reinforce. You know, our reinforcements are very slow.
I think there was a few instances, in particular during Moro versus Lilbo, where he was very eager to fight, and it was good for him. But in this very instance, like, it was so bad. Sometimes you need to learn to, you know, slow down.
I wasn't talking about the PvP. I wasn't talking about the PvP. The PvP Moro was great. Like I loved everything he was doing. He played better than Lilbo. And in this game, he also put up a very good fight. I mean, a couple of weird moves with the Adepts early on. Either way, it's all tied up. I guess we're getting ready for a quick break, and then we are going to continue. Or do we know who's going to play? Maybe we know who's going to play first.
Yeah, we're supposed to find out.
Yes.
I think before we get to break.
What do you think?
Let me see the map.
They're saving sort of for the last, do you think, or?
I think it's Prey on Terraces.
Orbital Shipyard and then Prey on Terraces. So maybe, but sort of can just look at these 2 maps and be like,
which one do I prefer?
Yeah, and Mini Razor, what do you think as well? Even though his opinion is probably irrelevant in this case.
It's tricky because Prey on Terraces, you know, a lot of people talk about the gold bases, but I think in ZVT that's a little different. So I actually think maybe Orbital Shipyard is a slightly better map. I think it's difficult for Terran to secure the 4th base there, so I'm expecting Sword Up over here. If I'm Sword Up, I would rather play an Orbital Shipyard than Prey on Terraces, but that's just me. We'll see. What do you think right now?
Yeah, I think Sword Up is going to play.
Mini Razor.
Never lucky.
He's going to be
so sick. Just like running so bad in life, right now, okay?
Oh, man. Brutal, actually. A flip. I never win a flip, ever.
All right, Johan. What do you think? 1-1? It's going to be a great match?
Yeah, I think Marine Lords should be able to take this one on Orbital Shipyard. And
yeah, I want to see some Terran action. Some Terran action. Nice. It's rare to see Terran wins nowadays.
All right. Well, we're going to throw to a very small break, and after that, we'll be back with the third map of this nationwide between France and Sweden. Who's going to be the second group to advance from, second nation to advance from this group? We'll find out soon. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody, to NationWars 3. It's France, and he's trying to take on Sweden, or is Sweden trying to take on France? Bit heated down there.
It is.
In your French casting area. Bit nervous.
Well, I was casting the 2 first games, and seeing Lilbo so lost in PvP made me so worried. So it was just a really poor start for France. It was maybe the worst scenario that could have happened with the Lilbo that apparently trained a lot in PvZ. He's already out. We can't even use him against sort of.
Yeah, like, you know, I just felt silly. I was like, you will see, guys, Lilbo is gonna come back with a vengeance. And then, bam, Moro just went ahead and slammed him. Like, I understand PvP better than you. It's really what it felt like.
And sadly, you've lost him, but you've got the guy who got an all-kill yesterday still on your side. And here we have, down to the bottom side, is the blue Terran playing for France. Is Marine Lord.
Marine Lord!
Hype!
That's now. You gotta crush him. Marine Lord needs to crush Mini Razor. Actually, I just introduced him. Sorry. Top right, Orbital Shipyard. Zerg is Mini Razor.
We have a gas first coming out, Marine Lord. Funker.
Oh, damn.
Is he gonna go for Frirax Super for the 5th time in a row?
Yes. And that's bad. I mean, I think one of the discussion that happened in the Swedish team was, let's try to just blind counter Marine Lord. He's playing the same way. The TVP that we just witnessed, there was a Moro that knew that the 2-2 and Liberator timing was coming up. That's why he was going into Tempest blindly. And right now, with a pull first and a gas, it's the perfect counter to a 3-Rex Reaper. That's already really freaking bad. It's awful. It is awful.
Funker?
Yes.
Your team might not qualify.
I know. I know.
Moment tweeted out that he was worried.
I was about to tweet out that I was worried.
Well, you're getting countered again.
Blind countered.
But tell me, Femka, why is the opening that Mini Razor is doing a blind counter to Frirax Reaper?
Because speed is going to kick in so fast that you will be able to destroy the first couple of Reapers before the the critical amount of Reapers can deal with any number of Zerglings. It's going to come way faster than that number of Reapers from Marine Lord. So that's a perfect opening. He's going to start speed right now. Like 155, he should send it right now. I believe that drone was a little overkill. What is he going to build, roaches? What is he doing?
This is the Mini Razor special.
Is he going to go Baneling Bust?
15 seconds before doing anything. I mean, this is unfortunate for Mini Razor to...
I don't understand.
Is he waiting? Is he going to throw down a roach?
Maybe he wants to wait to confirm that this is Frirax Reaper before doing anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, speed is not... It's not like it's a bad upgrade otherwise.
What is he doing?
He already knows. Like, he sees 2 Reapers at that moment, he knows. What is Mini Razor doing? The only thing I can see right now is a Roach War, or even maybe a fast lair, but he's going to lose so much drones to this. What is Mini Razor doing?
I think you just straight up forgot to start speed at this point. It's
what about? Oh my god. This is so good! Thank you, Mini Razor! Like, how's he gonna hold those Reapers? He doesn't have a single Zergling on the battlefield.
He's got queens.
Yeah, he's got queens, but
he's got fast lair.
Okay, fast lair. Okay. Fast lair for fast nighters probably, but I think Marine Lord, if he sees that, he's gonna kill him way before he hits. That is good. That is really good for France.
4 Reapers now. Little weird opening, for sure.
So weird. Okay, Roach Warren, yeah, definitely Nidus. Okay, just kill drones, please. Marine Lord, confirm that it's a tier lair, fast lair.
Yeah, he hasn't been far enough with his Reapers.
Now he's trying to bomb a creep tumor. Yeah. He needs to do damage right now. Just freaking confirm the lair.
Oh, he's going to see it now. Now he sees, and he said, "What?
Just kill his stuff."
Like,
just kill his stuff.
Just kill everything. Just you don't have anything. Oh my god! Look at this.
Yeah, like this. See?
Triple Queen just derping around like just die already. It's like, what? What is this? I don't understand.
Well, I think this game...
Okay, so...
I mean, the roaches are coming out now, and they'll be able to help him deal with this, obviously, but he's lost a lot, and they're still not out yet.
Okay.
Look!
Just, it's GG. It's GG!
It's GG!
It's GG, boys!
What are we
doing? Mini Razor had the perfect blind counter and then derped into doing the worst thing that could ever happen. It's just like, blindly say, I don't care about your Reapers, I'm not going to build any units for 4 minutes.
He's down to 15 drones.
It's like, what are those roaches going to accomplish?
But he's at 15 drones.
And even the Nidus is not out yet. So
No,
it's
he
like,
didn't start it.
He's going to have to cross the map walking. It's like, what is this?
I don't know.
If Marine Lord loses this game, I'm going to freaking lose it. Like, there's no way.
I don't even know what he's doing. Is he just... He's not building anything.
I think Marine Lord is so lost right now. It's like...
What's Mini Razor doing?
I don't know.
I'm actually... I don't really understand what's going on.
He's building an Overlord, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, well...
Okay, so saving his money for Ravagers.
What?
And he's going to try and break through. Can he break through?
No. No way. He's going to destroy the depots, and I would like some depots actually to be built behind, but...
Mini Razor has more army supply than Marine Lord.
Whoa. He does.
So you better be careful.
Okay.
Oh!
No! Please, no! Please.
He just... That was a big hit, Funker.
That was an amazing hit.
Stim is almost done. Here comes another corrosive vial. Catches another Marine.
It's like, just pull the freaking CVs and just kill this.
All right,
come on! Marine Lord! Repair! Move your Marines! Oh my god, what is going on?
This is a funny game. This is a funny game. Stim is now going to be done in 5 seconds, so he's got that on his side, and he should have enough units here to fight this.
You know what?
Easily.
I think Marine Lord is so freaking confused right now. It's like, what the hell is this build? It's like, how is that even real? Like, you blind counter a Triple Rex Reaper by saying I'm not going to build speed and units before 4 minutes? What is this?
But the production of Marine Lord is pretty insane, building 7 Marines at a time. So I think he should be fine after a while.
Well, there's not that much to say. I mean, France is leading 2-1. What can I say?
Yeah, it's
like...
Okay, Stim is done, and he's just going to chase and kill.
It's time for hugging. It's the hugging time. Let's go.
All right.
Hug those Ravagers, buddy.
Every one of them's going to go down. GG. Okay.
Okay.
France is up 2-1.
Okay, Mini.
Bit of a weird game, that one. To be honest, I mean, I think we said almost nothing during the majority of that game because it was just so confusing and a bit weird. And just like that, you're back up. You're winning. You're up 2-1. It's okay. Calm down.
Yeah, well,
it's okay. You're up 2-1.
It's such a weird game that I can't even begin to celebrate winning that game because it was just like
you're up 2-1. Don't think about it.
Yes, we are leading 2-1.
You're up 2-1. Beget hype.
Yes, indeed.
And now we need to see the next player, obviously.
Okay.
So sort of.
Yes. Now the real game starts.
The real game starts. I want my hat back.
It should be 2-0.
You give me this.
But it's 2-1 because Little Bill lost tomorrow. So now sort of the only player that showed really great games so far for Sweden is gonna get sent out.
Yeah.
And Marine Lord, if you go Triple Rex Reaper, I'm pretty sure sort of is not gonna go no units for 4 minutes. It's like no.
But what is the next map?
Yeah.
Once again,
let me look for you.
Maps is a very big deal in these kind of matches.
Prion Terraces.
Prion Terraces.
And you know, Prion Terraces is a pretty good map for 3x Reapers. So I don't know.
More Reapers? Anyone? Anyone fancy some Reapers?
It's gonna
you
be
guys
Reapers.
want some Reapers?
It's like if it's not Reapers, I would be really shocked. Even though I think it's a bad call because it's gonna get countered. I don't know, dude. It's like people don't know that, but I've been casting for quite a few years, and I've never seen a game like this. It's just like, what are you supposed to say to this? It's like he lost on purpose.
So it did feel.
I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to say that because
it did feel poor.
it's like you are ignoring the elephant in the room. It's like what
it did feel poor.
What the freaking?
What do you think?
What did you do?
I think, like, I know Mini Razor.
You think he wasn't trying very hard?
I don't know, I mean, he's really busy, like, lifting weights, going to the gym, being a stud. So sometimes practicing Starcraft on the side can be a bit difficult. So I don't know. I feel like he forgot speed when he was like, oh shit, I forgot speed. Now my plan doesn't work. So what do I do now? Like,
Yeah.
I just think this single mistake kind of spiraled out of control. It looked really silly in the end, but it was just forgetting speed, I think.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Like maybe he doesn't cut gas because he wants to go into a Link Bust, a Baneling Bust after that.
Yeah.
Like you kill the 4 first Reapers and then you've got a Baneling Bust to follow it up and then it's GG.
Yeah.
I think that was the strategy that he wanted to go for, but he
just-
forgot speed. Like why would you do that? Like
Yeah.
it's like the upgrade that you can't miss against this. And
I know, it almost feels so weird to forget that in the first place, you know? It's like you going for a 4 gate and not get warp gate. Like,
yeah.
you know, it's just...
Did that happen in a professional game?
Yes,
I think it did.
quite often actually.
I think it did. So maybe we've been a little bit harsh on Mini, but thank you, buddy. I mean, it's like
Yeah, you gave us a win.
I'm pretty sure it was a free win for our Swedish player if it wasn't the case. So
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, what do you think about our next match then, Sort of? So Sort of obviously a bit of a different beast to tackle.
Like the thing is, I feel like Sort of and Marine Lord play each other on the ladder quite a lot. I'm not sure, but these are 2 players that are really active on the ladder.
Yeah.
So there maybe gonna be some mind games going on here, definitely, because I think they know each other very well.
cool. I like it.
Okay, cool.
So, what are the odds of Marine Lord doing the same build once again?
I say pretty high.
You say pretty high.
I say pretty high.
It's like mind games.
But does he
mind games and good map for it?
Or is he a little bit worried about being blind counted? Is another question.
I would
too.
be so worried.
So maybe he wouldn't.
Then you go CC first or something.
Hashtag mind games.
CC first gas and then you build some hellions.
CC first onto the gold.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you just.
Or you lift up to the goal.
I was
We'll
gonna say
lift.
that. Lift on the goal.
Let's go
lift
lift.
to the goal.
Lift.
Kingdom Terran.
Oh.
Come on. No, it's not.
Prion Terraces.
It's not gonna happen.
Next map, France up 2-1.
Yes. One step closer to the
One step
quarterfinals.
closer.
In the top left. He needs the old kill. We need the old kill. Come on, little beaver. Do something for us. Marine Lord.
Little Beaver.
Little beaver.
You call him Little Beaver?
Yeah.
Isn't he a squirrel now?
He's a squirrel?
Yeah, I'm pretty
he a
sure it's
squirrel?
both.
All right.
Okay.
Introduce our Zerg player.
And in the bottom right, they call him the Mechanical Monsters. It's playing for team property. It's Sort of.
Repping that Swedish flag today.
We're
You
not gonna
French,
see
you
the same
French
build.
people have some weird little things you do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
What do we
called.
do?
Why is he a squirrel? Is there a reason, or is he just a squirrel?
Did you see his face?
Like, yeah, his face is really weird. It looks
Okay.
so he looks like a bunch of weird animals, you know. Like,
So he's a squirrel because he looks like one. Okay.
I don't know, like, I don't really follow that much. Like, I know it's the joke, so I follow along because it's funny. Like, you know, like Apollo is showing the head of Marine Lord on the screen on the
And
side.
that looks like a squirrel to you.
it
looks like a
it looks like
guy.
something, you know.
All right, Drone Scout coming out here for Sort of. Very interested to know if there is multiple barracks inside this main base or not.
And there's not.
There is not. And he's going to stick around and even take this gas.
But interestingly enough, there wasn't a blind counter.
Nope.
And that's the mind game within the mind game, you know? It's like
Hashtag mind game. Nothing
you're
happened.
so worried of being blind countered that you're not going to use probably the best opening that you have on this map because you just almost got blind countered by a guy that forgot speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but you know, like Sort of, I don't think he likes the blind counter because he's actually a really big fan of the drone scout. He does it versus Terran and he does it versus Protoss too. So I feel like I think he's someone that if he knows what his opponent is doing, he's just confident to be able to win the game.
Yeah. Makes sense.
All right. Reaper crossing the map is going to try to gather a little bit of information on the opposite side of the map. Double Queen and 4 Zerglings, and this time, the metabolic boost has not been forgotten.
No, it is on its way.
Good job, Sort of.
Good job.
Amazing play.
Great play.
All right. Can he get some kills out of that Reaper? He needs to micrate a little bit better, maybe get a Gling or two. More drones on the second base. That's a little bit dangerous. Like, usually you want to wait a little bit for the first Queen to pop up. But no damage recorded that day. And that gas steal is really good. I mean, you want a second gas really fast, way faster than before in TDZ. Well, in any matchup actually, for that matters. So I think it's a really good steal out of sort of. It's gonna, you know, fuck up with the development of Marine Lord quite fast.
No, if you're going to drone scout, I think it makes good sense, right?
Yeah.
Just to do it anyway.
I agree.
All right, so Starport coming down then, and it's not going to have a tech lab on it as the barracks is building Marine. So we are going to see Marine Lord go for some type of little push here. Medivac or Liberator, what do you think?
I like the Alien run by plus Liberator.
What about both? Medivac first, Liberator after.
Or you switch the Starpot and you go for the drop plus Liberator, but we've seen Aegus try it and fail miserably against the very same guy against sort of earlier.
Yeah.
So maybe not this one. That's gonna be a drop.
Yeah.
Drop first.
So little move here to get some drone kills coming out for Marine Lord. We'll see how successful it's going to be, because at the moment we don't really have a, well, sort of doesn't really have an idea of what's going on.
All right.
Oh, an armory too.
All right. All right.
All right, you like this, don't you? You're nodding. You're nodding.
I'm liking that he's trying something really early in that game. I don't know about Hellbat, because at some point everybody that went for Hellbat just lost the game instantly because they got Blight counter by Baneling and Roaches.
Well, there is a Roach Warren.
There is a Roach Warren. So I'm guessing you can do some critical damage on the gold, but you won't be able to win the game if a Roach Warren is present.
What happens if he kills the gold?
If he kills it, it's so good.
All right, 4 roaches are being made as well, so he shouldn't really be able to do anything.
4 roaches is not enough, I think.
No?
No, I think
Not
if you
with the
micro it
queens.
properly, I don't know, we'll see. And then Liberator has a follow-up, but he needs to start steam as ASAP. The Hellbat's transforming, the roaches are not out, and that gold base is kind of low. It's kind of vulnerable, actually. You need to be decisive, M-Lord.
He can't lose his base.
Right-click!
He can't lose this base.
Right-click that gold! Do it! There's roaches, buddy!
Just do it! Do it!
Oh, nice! The greatest mine ever. Just
decent micro. He's turning around to fight the queens.
All right, he's gonna get one. He failed to transfuse. That's really good. Okay, M-Lord, make me dream, buddy. Make me dream, buddy.
He's gonna chase these roaches down, but he's not gonna get the hatchery kill. Is this okay? You happy with this? The trade-offs?
If the Liberator does some damage afterwards, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
but if he does not,
isn't it harder to defend the Liberator when you will lose 2 queen?
Yeah.
6 City.
That's why we got the expert for Zerg here.
Well, but there's spores. There's spores in the production time, which is a really good call from sort of. And as you said, that gold has not been mined from, but is still alive, and that's for Crawler. I mean, the guy knows. He knows his game. He's gonna be able to probably deny the gas as well as 2 mineral patches, which is good.
2 drone kills. Still
2
something.
drone kills. Yeah, it is. And then we've got a Hellbat drop in the main.
Ah.
All right. Okay. Show me some multitask, you know, godness, like freaking perfect play, Marine Lord, please.
Do you think that he's done enough? I mean, I think he's gained a small lead, right? It's not
good.
a big one.
Ooh, is he gonna go on the small spot with the tank to siege up?
Oh
Is that a thing? I don't even know.
Oh,
I don't know, actually.
The
Is that a
tank
thing?
drop on the Reaper parking spots, I like it. He's gonna be able to deal so much damage to the gold. Like, how do you defend this?
With the Ravagers.
You've got yeah, Ravagers.
Oh, he snipes a queen, but never mind. It goes down to a queen in the main base, I think.
All right, siege that tank. Or actually, don't siege it, maybe.
Just fight with it. Pew,
Yes.
pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
All right, he's going into this gold base. Ravagers, only 2 of them. Here, a few more roaches are on the way.
Okay, nice micro from sort of, and you need to get out of here. That's
Interesting
the case.
little tank drop, to be honest.
What I like about this is that usually when you've got a Zerg that goes for the third base on the goal on this one, then it's just like Roach Ravager Frenzy, and you attack so fast with it. It's slowing down sort of so much right now that I think it's a pretty good start for a Marine Lord.
Oh, he's going for the queen. Oh, he wants it to a spore.
No! Okay, totally biased cast. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You're French. It's fine. You know, Clad the lad did his work last week.
He did.
It's your turn to have your fun. No, don't worry about being biased, Funko. You can't help it, even if you tried.
No.
Okay, so a Roach Ravagers. Where do you think does he go up to the hive pretty soon? With 2-2, like the style he's playing, it seems to suggest it. There's the infestation pick coming in, so I guess he is.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call. I don't know. He's playing melee, so
Yeah, he's going to go Ultralisk.
he's gonna go Ultralisk. And Marine Lord needs to pick up on the fact that there is no upgrades on roaches, but actually upgrades on the links, and then he can make a an educated call, an educated guess on what's gonna come. And if it's like he's got a 1-1 timing, like the upgrades are equal right now, and he needs to push his lead further right now. Killing the 4th base would be amazing. Those 2 overlords, they seem really vulnerable too. And then you just do a frontal push. Like the creep is not that far away.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be defended.
Be on it, please.
Okay. All right, 2-2 starts immediately here for Marine Lords. Nice and fast on his old upgrades. And just kind of powering up at the moment. Likewise is Sort of, who's, I would say, starting to get comfortable in this game. Now that his Infestors are going to be out and just around the corner, creep spread is a little lackluster, that I do agree with you. It could definitely be better.
Yeah, so we see Marine Lord playing the same way as he plays with Nature, just sitting at home making tanks and trying to do damage with dropship. Didn't quite work with his Nature, but if I remember correctly, Nature was in a better situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, he was. He didn't take any damage whatsoever in the entire game.
Do you think he should be a little bit more active while doing these drops? For example, his army maybe on the edge of creep a little bit more, pushing and you're scanning and getting rid of the creep while doing all this?
So what I want to see is a major contain on the 4th base, the one that is on the high ground with tanks while doing this kind of drops. Because those drops are amazing against Roach Ravagers, but as we can see, it's going to be 2-2 links. Like you can't trade effectively with this, even though it's double drop, like double Marine drop.
I mean, I really think he's been way too passive in general against Zerg play. I think it just might be a little bit of a flaw in his game. Because the Hive is done.
Hive is done.
He's clicking on that.
Yes! Yes!
Actually, that's a big pickup, though.
All right.
Can you get away?
Yeah, he will.
That's nice.
But he needs to move. He needs to move right away. I don't think he knows about the Hive, but if he does, like he wants to freaking move right now. Ultralisk are so hard to counter.
He doesn't
know. He doesn't know. And if he didn't click on Zerglings, he has no idea that it's coming.
But he did see the Infestors. He did snipe an Infestor, so that might help him put this puzzle together a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be maxed around the time he's 2-2-8, so surely you want to do a timing with that.
Yeah, he is. And this is... How many Infestors are there? Oh god, if he gets hit by some big fungals, Funker.
Yeah, but he sees it with the scan, so he knows what he's up against, and he needs
to
fight right there. We've got a counter-attack on the gold base for Marine Lord, and he's going to defend that pretty well, but the wall has been teared down, and now you need to go, and you need to not lose a single second right there.
Yeah, the Ultras Cavern is almost finished, so Ultras are going to come into play. That's going to make this very difficult to fight against. And that's ideally where Sortov would like to just wait before he has to fight. And he's going to move in, though. I think he's going to take the fight anyway.
There's not that many tanks, though. Like, only 2,
no,
I think.
This is very good for Marine Lords.
Yeah, Marine Lord left 2 tanks at home, playing a bit scale.
This is very good. Like, the clear up of the creep, the spreading with his units. He has not been caught by a big fungal yet. 3 Ultralisk are on the way, but they're almost, I feel, too late now.
We'll see. Ultralisk are really, really good, but the chitinous plating has not been researched. Infestors are dropping right now, and the 4th base gets cancelled again. Really good for Marine Lord, just spreading his tanks right now. He needs the vision, yes, he needs a scan, and now he's doing it, and he's pushing all the army towards the 3rd base. The Stim is going to dodge a little bit of fungals, but Marine Lord can do it.
Well, he's looking okay at the moment. He's stimming forward. He's going to pick off a lot of these units, and all the buffering for these Ultras when they eventually come in.
All right,
that's a pretty decent set of fungals.
Oh.
I don't think Marine Lord's really expecting Ultralisk to be in his face in a minute, and here they do come. But a little bit late in this game, and there's so many tanks behind it. I think he's done it. Just sort of so close to getting these out in time, but it wasn't in time.
Oh my god, Ultralisk is not dying right now, but the chitinous plating, as you can see, is 50% research right now, so he doesn't have the armor upgrades that makes Marines just worthless against Ultras. And those tanks, the tank positioning is so good between the 2nd and the 4th. And now you take a decisive fight and you get rid of those fucking Ultras.
The Ultras
right now.
Go, Funker.
Yes,
he's gonna do it.
Marine Lord. Yes, 151 supply. GG. GG. G freaking G.
Well done, Funker. Up 3-1. 1 game away from the quarterfinals now. Whew, whew. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Now Sweden are forced to bring out their last player.
Which is going to be Sort of.
I'm sure it's going to be Sort of. Marine Lord will probably have to face him again. But that's okay. You've got a little bow revive if you need a little bit later on.
Yep. But will you
You've
revive
got
Lilbo?
Stefano, don't worry.
It's like, no, seriously, don't. I wouldn't say that you should just take away Stefano as a player right now. I think in a CVZ against sort of it's best of one. Let's be honest, it's possible. It's not. I don't anticipate it, but I know it's possible. So suddenly the clan war just shifted in our favor because
Heavily
of Marinlord being a freaking boss.
Yeah.
That's why.
Lilbo sadly hasn't performed in NationWars yet, sad to say. But Marine Lord is your boy. He's the deliverer. He's helping you out a lot.
Well, I think he's 9-1.
9-1
in Heart of Swarm in NationWars.
9-1.
That's a pretty sick ratio, you know. Excuse my French, by the way.
He's got 3 kills here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's 9-1.
Yeah,
Very good. It's the highest performing player in all of NationWars so far.
Most wins.
Bly is in 2nd place then with 6 wins, 1 loss. Nurcho has 4 zeros, 100%. But yeah, well done. Marine Lord looking good. So obviously it's going to be...
And then it's Mini Razor.
Is it Mini? No, it's not Mini Razor.
Moment is yelling Morrow, but it's not going to happen. It has to be. It has to be sort of. I would be so shocked if it wasn't. Sort of. Okay.
There it is.
Rematch.
Rematch.
Yeah, just go for it. Sorry.
We're excited.
Yeah, I'm getting a little
The rematch.
excited.
I know you're very excited. You're just 1 game away now here at NationWars. But just like all TV shows, there's the cliffhanger. We have to go to a break to get the players ready for this next match. I'm so sorry, Drogo. I know you're so excited. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we'll see if you can get a 4-1 and advance to the quarterfinals. Welcome back, everybody, to France Wars 3. That's what it feels like, more so than Nation Wars 3.
I don't know what you mean.
2 more guys, 2 more French guys going to cast with me. Hello.
Hello.
Are you excited?
Yeah, man. Marinlord needs to finish this shit now.
It's so funny the way that you guys are so passionate. It's really funny because I'm looking at you guys, and
but
I'm
you
just
know,
like, this is what I was like.
But you know, it's funny because like we're passionate, and then there is Moment, the delusional guy, who was screaming, "Morrow, Morrow!" It's like, what?
Bring back Morrow.
What are you talking about?
L'Herelette Crest is the next map that could see France go to the quarterfinals, or is this where sort of does a bit of a comeback, a turnaround?
He definitely
has
has
to
the
go all
potential.
the way through the French team. And here we go. Funker.
Aria?
That probe always talks.
All right. Top left for France, obviously, but also for Millennium, is playing like a god. 9-1 in Nation Wars 3. It is Marine Lord.
Oh, this picture's so sick. Go on, dude, introduce this guy.
Should I do it?
Todd's busy eating. He can't cast right now.
Yeah, that's right. And the top right, still on L'Herelette Crest, he's playing for Sweden, and as you said, I think he has the potential to switch it up and maybe take out all of France. I don't want it to happen, but maybe some of our viewers do. It is sort of.
If he wins this, I'm tweeting this picture. It's so funny. All right, let's concentrate. Okay. Multiple barracks time. He's looking to finish this, but he's being drone scouted.
First scouts, too. Like, really important.
Yeah, but positions are sick for what he likes to do, right?
What?
His his racks are literally like towards his opponent's natural.
Yeah, but you can't up on.
Okay, good scout, sees. He can't really do anything different here, I guess. He can...
No, you're screwed. It's like, you have to go with it. You have to go with it. But
I'm not sure about this, though. Trying to save his refinery. What do you think?
Well, yeah, it's important. He needs the gas.
You can't do the build if you're getting your
he's not going to make Marines, mate.
Oh, right. I was thinking further than where we are in the game.
And then he goes into TLO, total mind game, like 6 racks on 1 base, full Marines.
That would be awesome.
Oh, you want Marines? I'll give you Marines.
So it's going to be another.
Do you think Zergling Speed or Roaches? We've seen 2
Zergling
reactions.
Speed.
Yeah. Team Poland did like the Roaches in this scenario.
And got Shrek Arena. Actually, just the laser.
No, yeah, well, I think this map is a little bit too wide for roaches. I think you have to go for Zergling speed instead. That's how I see it too.
Yeah, that's what he chooses as well. Okay, he could win this very early on.
This is great. I feel like I could win turn versus Zerg.
Yeah?
Yeah, 3 racks, mate.
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
We'll see if that works.
I feel like even Funka could beat Apollo turn versus Zerg.
Yeah.
I tried.
We will find out off air later on tonight.
Desro couldn't do it.
I tried it, triple racks.
He did that?
Yeah, he did the triple racks.
Wow, sure.
Boo. Where are you going for that?
Definitely.
Only speedling bullshit?
Oh, Evo.
That you did against me?
No, no, no.
Okay.
I didn't blind counter. Yeah,
Evo
Evo's
chamber.
interesting. It's an all-in, right? It's an all-in at this point. You keep building lings and you just drop them.
Yeah. Does he get an upgrade as well with it, you see?
No, no, no.
Probably not.
No, no, no. Just go for it, yeah. I think it's... Pretty sure he just goes for it, builds another round of lings.
What I'm liking is that...
Yeah, but there is a depot in the main of Marine Lord. He just made it.
Exactly.
Fully knowing that this could happen.
And now he's microing his Reapers, but...
Yeah, look, he's building more links, surely. He's just going to go for it.
He wants to go for it, but he... The thing is, sort of saw that there is a depot in the top right-hand side of the main of Marine Lord. Can we have a look at the depot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So he's morphing anyway. He's still gonna go for it.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it. I think he's
he has no
totally
links.
stuck.
I think it's yeah, he's lost all his links.
Oh,
and
going too deep. Marine Lord's going so deep.
Yeah, he's going to go to the main, maybe try to scout a little bit, and at the same time, as you said, we're gonna have the elevator to the main on that Overlord drop. Does he have any Reapers?
Oh, he got it around.
He's got all his Reapers left though.
Yeah, he can't come back.
And he can keep the pressure up.
Shit just got real.
I think this is looking really, really good for Marine Lord.
If he doesn't look at his Reapers though, and he looks at home right now, he could lose quite a few of them.
Okay, he's gonna defend with this.
SCVs. Take out the stools.
I don't think this is gonna do much. And considering this
this is what I was talking about. Oh, sort of wasn't looking.
Okay, it wasn't A-click. A-click. Okay, Dirt CC might be a little bit too greedy for a Marine Lord right there, but as you can see, he's transitioning 6 more drones.
So the Reapers got caught, but not the end of the world.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't lose the rest.
Well, the thing is the Reapers can still go over and do a lot of damage here.
Nah, they'd be surrounded. I think he has to stay here, no?
If you micro it perfectly, I think 6 or 7 Reapers is enough to...
and there should be cliff areas where you can maneuver around.
There's quite a lot.
Where are you going?
But he is a little bit cautious. He's going to drop back in the main base. That's going to keep him back for sure. Oh, this is a pretty smart move.
It is really
Because the Reapers are going to... Well, it depends on if he gets the SCV line on the natural. No.
Sort of is also playing pretty well considering the position he's in. Like he's trying to make something happen. He's trying to...
Yeah. He's on 26 drones against 32 SCVs. This is just massive here for Marine Lord. That's my boy.
Roach is coming out now. A little bit worried that Sortov's still on the 2 bases. I would have thought he would have gone to 3 by now because this is the perfect time to do it while the Reapers are occupied. But he might be planning a 2-base attack. 29 workers moment style.
Yeah. It's totally moment
A little bit
style.
too many workers moment, but...
He's trying to steal from a French guy to beat a French guy, you know? That's what it takes. 8 more Zerglings into the main, but it's not going to deal any damage.
I mean, he's seen the 3rd command center, so it makes sense to go for some type of Ravager push.
I like how I'm not even casting, I'm just like cheering.
just it's okay to cheer. It misses the Overlord, but... So we're going to see like a Roach, Ravager, I would imagine. He's got the money to do a little... No, he hasn't really got that much gas, so maybe
this
just
is
Roach Ling.
the equivalent of an all-in here, which will be spotted. Very north.
That is perfect.
Fall back, that's my boy.
But no stim. Very few units. I don't think he can hold this, boys.
Triple command center might have been really greedy.
Yeah, and sort of is looking to punish it. This is going to be hard to hold.
He needs to make the Zerg player lose more time with the mines on the ramp. It's only 1 Ravager though right now. Is it really enough? Whoa.
Jump around.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's quite a few Marines.
Yep.
He's just got to hold this, and you go through to the quarterfinals.
I think it's good. I think it's good, boys. I think it's good. The Zerglings didn't do anything on this one.
No.
Get tricked.
Only 1 Ravager.
Quarterfinals. Marine Lords, your star player, 10 wins, 1 loss.
He did it. You did it.
You need to post that picture. Put some Swedish flags on these guys.
I'll do it. I'll do it. When we go to the winners interview, I'll put some Swedish flags. I'm not sure if I should do the Swedish flags though. I feel a little bit bad.
No, you can't do that.
No, I won't do the Swedish flags. I'll just do the normal picture.
You can't do it.
I'll do the normal
Maybe
picture.
that was a little bit too extreme. I got carried away.
Defeated Sweden.
2nd
Marine
all
Lord
kill.
defeated Sweden.
Marine Lords.
We owe him everything.
Pulling his weight around.
Finally.
It's been Lilbo for too long.
It's like 10-1. It's 10-1 in general. It's like it's such a great performance by Marine Lord. Everybody was waiting for Lilbo to provide some wins, and he's put that up.
Marine love.
Oh, it's great.
The
Mostly
hair.
knows.
It's actually a pretty good Photoshop as well.
Thank you for sending in your tweets all day, everybody. We
He's
are
the
now
new
finished
Bonaparte.
with StarCraft action. We still have the winners' interview to come and other things to look at. But congratulations. France have made it to the quarterfinals. Here is the finished result of Group B. Poland, in a very, very dominating performance. Despite a 4-2, it was very, very dominating. Nurture got an all-kill there. Go through in first place. France go through in second, having 4 nations now qualified for the quarterfinals. Ukraine and China, now Poland and France.
I think
Quite a few of the major countries, if you think about it,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
in StarCraft 2, results-wise in the past, and, you know, even countries like Ukraine, you know, we talked about how their lineup as of late didn't look as strong in terms of, you know, big names and big achievements as it used to be.
Yeah.
In terms of shape, it was there. Bly,
Yeah.
one of the better players that we have in Legacy of the Void right now in terms of Zergs. Same song for Nurture and Poland that qualified. So that round of 8 is like rounding up to be one of the most epic here that we ever had.
And, you know, China did so well as well. I think they surprised a lot of people. Everyone thought, you know, Norway would more than likely go through, but China played so good.
that would be really exciting to see them in Paris, by the way.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
China in the top 4. Like it seems like StarCraft is picking it up in China in general.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done the event and the big tournament not that long
The
ago.
GPL that Snoot won.
And the GPL tournament, and even Ayasunu was playing decently well.
Yeah.
He's not even in the Chinese team, and we see Maxed playing more and more, and better in general. So I think it's a really interesting lineup that we could have in the round of 4. And as far as France's performance, I mean, we've been kind of shocked and really tense because of Lilbo just losing to Moro. The first win for Moro was against Lilbo. That says something.
The thing is, you've got a long time now. It's 4 weeks away until that's Stefano's practice time apparently in December. Lilbo can get more comfortable, and hopefully, well, he will need to perform for you. So that's if you're going to go further than the round of 8.
But think about it,
number
though.
1 critic here, you need Lilbo to step up.
In StarCraft 2 or just in RTS in general, it's like France has always been one of the best countries. As of late, it was even referred as the best country maybe in Heart of the Swarm outside of South Korea. So it's just, yeah, you posted the picture. You're really proud. It just makes sense to have France in at least the round of 8 there.
Yeah.
For sure, it's going to be tough there, but I definitely expected them to advance, and then they delivered against the really strong Sweden. I think in start of StarCraft 2, it was Adel Scott that was like in the top of the European scene. Then later on, like Stefano just completely like exploded and crushed everyone. And then we had Lilbo, Marine Lord, like always had very high caliber. Like
even Firecake.
If there was a B team, a France B team somehow, I think they'd be good enough to be in this tournament as well with like Firecake, Drogo, and like. Funka?
Obviously. Good Todd.
Yeah,
Moman.
A couple cheeky
I
all
guess, yeah, he'd be the sniper of the team,
Yeah,
clearly.
and he'd be like the best captain ever.
The motivation he would give the players.
The pep talk.
The pep talk. Oi, Squirrel, you're gonna win. I can imagine him saying that to Marine Lord. But yeah, that's France have always had very good players. I agree. Unfortunately, the UK, we can't even field an A team, let alone a B team.
Wow. You went from cheering for Clad de Lad to this name.
No, not this.
Oh, Clad de Lad just
Clad de Lad's allowed.
provided.
Clad's allowed.
Can we show this picture on the stream that Apollo just
You
tweeted?
have to go to my Twitter though. I think it's so funny.
It's been retweeted by Gaming TV, though, so I think we're good to go.
I think it's so funny. This picture.
What context did this happen
All I did was because we were looking at.
You googled Marine Lord.
I just googled Marine Lord because I was looking at squirrel pictures to see if he looks like a squirrel, and this came up. I was like, what? I think it's such a funny picture.
So you know everything about AAA, right? Against Authority.
No, I know bits and pieces. I don't know all
the
of it.
website is like the home for all the trollers of the French community. So they do that kind of stuff all the time. There's a gallery where you can watch all those images. I don't know where it's from.
Who are these people?
the shirt said wrecked something.
It says Rectes, but who are
Rectes.
these
Like, this is
people?
not Photoshop. It's a real picture. They just added the Brazil logo.
Yeah,
I'm
of
pretty
course.
sure.
Yeah, the Brazil
Yeah.
logo is put on there, sure. But who the hell are these people?
I don't
I don't know.
Why is he surrounded by 4 massive guys?
It's the Swedish team, man. He's gonna-
All right, it sounds like the winner's interview is ready, so we're going to go over to the public viewing area and hear from the team.
All right, it's been a long week of StarCraft, but we know 4 nations now that have qualified for the quarterfinals, and I think it's time to hear a couple words of the boys. I know that you're one very relieved man.
No, yes, good games prevailed, and that's what counts.
Yeah, and we
Obviously.
win. And Mainland was like really good. Congratulations, guys.
Hello, guys. Are you happy, Marinlord and Stefano?
Yeah, I'm happy, but I expected more from Lilbo, so I'm quite disappointed from him. But I think he will practice hard for next round, so it's okay.
Stefano, what?
Yeah, extremely happy. Like, if we check all the matches, me and Lilbo actually didn't do anything besides losing and wasting maps. It was all on Marine Lord. He went 10-1 or something, or 11-1. Yeah, 10-1, 10-1. So good job to him. He carried us right now. Next round, it will be us carrying him. It's a team play.
Stefano, how did you leave the first game when Lilbo got shut down by Moro? Did you fear at some point that you were going to lose?
No. Like, I don't think Moro was one of the players who could take us out. I would have been more scared if I saw a Zenster being able to beat Lilbo and Marine Lord. But yeah, like Zerg players can be scary, but a Protoss winning, and it was about the Disruptor and stuff, so it's a really strange matchup. So I wasn't really scared now.
Okay, nice. And Marine Lord, can you tell us a little bit about what went through your head during this match? First, you beat Moro, then you destroyed Mini Razor. At that point, what was your mindset?
Actually, I was quite sad because, like, against Moro, it was quite even. I think I played quite bad. Like, when I go first, I don't have any stress because I know you have some backup. But when you go second and your ace player, in theory, lost, it's quite stressful, I think. So I was quite stressed in the first map, and then just play and win. So it's okay. But when I saw that sort of came out, I was confident because I really like those map. And also I went for 3-Rock Reaper during the world competition. And I know that it was the time to change a bit. So I was confident and I thought I would surprise him.
Yeah, I would like to ask a little bit about your game against Moro. Like you said already, your team was down 0-1. And I think it was a very hard-fought victory. Like, things looked pretty decent early on. But then at a certain point, he was holding in the moment that he started pushing you back. Is this where you're starting to get really worried? Because, I mean, if France goes 0-2, that's where things get very dicey, right? Like, how did you think during that game?
Oh, like, even if I'm behind against Moro, I'm quite sure that I will win in the end. So, but I was disappointed that I was behind because I don't think it should happen. And like, yeah, I played too safe against him because like I was quite worried about 3-base all-in. So I played very safe. I think I took my third base too late. Because like with this build, I need to take the gas very fast, the 6 gas. So I was quite far behind in upgrade. I couldn't do my 2-2 instantly. And my fusion core for my upgrade, you know. So it was quite a hard game, I think.
So I guess like the moment that you finally felt good and safe about that game is when he sort of attempted to go for a base straight, but then retreated and went to the left up. Like, must have been a huge relief, right, to clean up that army, because then you know you've got it.
Yeah, I know. I had the game, but like I saw his army and I saw he produced a lot, so I knew he had either hidden base or a base that I didn't scout. So I was like, yeah, I'm quite bad, but it's enough.
All right.
You guys said like you're afraid of the Zerg, but like, is there any Zerg except Nerkio you're fearing right now, Marine Lord, because you destroyed everyone in the group stage?
I think I could lose to sort of if he's playing better. Nerkio, just patch Zerg, you know. So when the patch will come, it will be easier, I think. And yeah, only Nerkio, I think. Bly is quite bad against Terran, I think. I don't really respect him, so yeah, just Nerkio.
And finally, so next week we will have the other 8 countries, so Mexico, Canada, Korea, New Zealand, Who would you rather face in the quarterfinals?
Me? Again? Okay. Go Steph, go Steph.
Yeah. I was actually looking at the brackets to see who can go pass or not, and I would say like in the Korean group, Germany have a shot to win, I think. And if Germany wins, it would be way better for us than South Korea. So that's what we're hoping for. At least we have like a European country first, not a Korean one. And for the Mexico group, I'm like honestly, it's between Denmark and Canada. Mexico, there's only.
What the hell, Elias? What the hell?
Netherlands, really?
Yes.
Come on.
We're pretty
let's
good.
Be serious in here.
We're pretty good.
Who do you have in there?
Harstem?
Yeah, Harstem. I think Harstem is gonna all kill everyone.
Okay.
He's in Korea right now and he's very good.
And you Thermal?
Yeah. Sorry for not respecting your coach here, Roti, but I can't change myself.
I mean, you guys are forgetting as well, you could potentially go up against Ukraine. I think that's a very good matchup for you, right?
That's a free win then.
Yeah, we could say that. Yeah, if you don't respect Blai and Cass, Timaga is not that good, and Cass not that good. Only Blai is scary.
I just hope for you guys that Holland won't win its group, because these words, they'll come back to haunt you, Elias.
I just want to make you cry, but if this happens, you will be really disappointed, Roti. So we just hope we never meet Netherlands. Hope.
Maybe in the final then, alright?
No, because it's only Protoss and we own against Protoss, I think, so we should be fine.
Uterm was a Terran player, and Jonas Zerk.
Yeah, but you rely only on...
I think Uterm was very good.
Yeah? Okay. We will discuss that in a few weeks.
Alright, let's do that.
And Lilbo, what's your point of view on this like quarterfinal? Anyone like you really want to play on bit?
Oh, Lilbo is here?
Apparently. Someone told me.
He's in the call, but I don't know.
Lilbo, are you somewhere, Lilbo?
Okay.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he lost to a Ginger, so I understand him.
Yeah, he's a bit ashamed, I guess. He doesn't want to show.
Well, yeah. What's his spirit? Because so far he has not won a single map. Can you tell us about his spirit and how he's going through this? Well, it's not.
He's doing just fine. It was actually just a strategy planned. Like we wanted to use Arena and waste this map, so Marino can have like a good 4 maps in a row, and he can go all kill again. So, like. Lilbo was a bait again, like I was yesterday.
Okay, he was your bait.
Yeah, so he's not disappointed. He's happy. He's done his job.
He's a happy bait then.
Yeah.
He's done the job.
No, like with this map, I think like Lilbo could go for I could go all kill too. So in both cases, it will be good for us.
Great. Do you have something to say to the French audience? Maybe in French.
Merci à tout le monde merci à tout le monde qui regarde et tout le monde qui supporte. Et continuez à supporter Lilbo et Stefano, même s'ils sont pas trop carrés là. Ils s'entraînent quand même dur et au final, même s'ils ont perdu là, c'est pas grave, ils font de leur mieux. Et je pense qu'ils joueront bien le prochain round.
Tellement condescendant.
Un mot, Stefano?
Ouais, non, mais c'est exactement ça. Là, on n'était pas forcément au top. C'est le round, c'est un peu bordélique. On n'était pas très bien organisé et tout ça. Là, on va voir combien de temps, genre 3 semaines, 4 semaines avant le prochain round.
C'est ça, ouais.
Ouais, donc on aura le temps de s'entraîner. Ça sera des vacances pour moi. Et non, on sera chaud et on sera beaucoup plus fort le prochain match. Ça, c'est sûr. Il n'y a aucun doute à ce niveau-là.
Très bien, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much, guys. You have something to say? Last question or something? No, we're good. Congratulations, thank you very much, and sleep well, you deserve it.
Thanks, see you later, bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. So yeah, this is comforting. We're gonna head back right to the casters and wrap it up.
Thank you very much, as we are ready to close up the first week of NationWars 3 action. It's been a lot of fun these past 4 days.
What happened to your hat?
It's here. My other one, I don't know actually, it's somewhere around here.
Look at your hair though.
Oh yeah, it's a bit messy.
Ooh. Okay.
It's too. I can't wear it when I've got this on.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Stop looking at my hair. It's been a lot of fun, and we have 4 nations now that have qualified for the quarterfinals. and 4 more to come next week.
Yep. Group from Mexico, Canada, Denmark, Netherlands, Group C. South
Korea, New Zealand, Germany, and Finland. Here's Group C. That's, I think this is going to be a great day.
I think everybody that went through did in some very impressive fashion.
Yeah.
So it builds up the hype for the quarterfinals very nicely. But I mean, even finding out who the last 4 teams to qualify for the quarterfinals are going to be next week is going to be super interesting, because we have a lot of good matchups. And back to the old practice of looking, at the matchups in terms of nation versus nations, we can already start picturing, our dream matchups. Starting with Mexico against Canada, maybe seeing Major against some of the top, Scarlet
again,
Puck, all of these guys.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And
there's
Group D, we have South Korea come into play, which Germany has a shot, according to Team France. I think it's true as well.
I agree. I think we'll see. The thing is, having Parting as part of the team is, at the same time, maybe you don't get SOS or a guy that has that potential. Just won the WCS, just won BlizzCon, but Parting is really good at Legacy of the Void right now. So I think it's a
Showtime had some big games
situation
against Parting not too long ago at DreamHack.
Yeah, he did. So I don't know. Hydra, I don't know about his level on Legacy of the Void, because he was part of BlizzCon 2, so I don't know if he had the time. But Parting, we definitely saw it, that he was in shape for Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult team to beat throughout the entire of the tournament. But that's us done now. We will be returning on Thursday, but it's going to be an hour earlier on each day. So we're going to be starting at 5 on the opening group days, I guess. So that's Thursday and Saturday, and starting at 6 on Friday and Sunday. So those are the times. Of course, we'll look forward to seeing you next week. You got a few days to prepare yourselves for NationWars 3 continuing.
Yep.
Any last words before we say goodbye until next week?
Well, congratulations to every single team that qualified.
Yep.
And sorry for Sweden for that last game in that partisan cast.
Shit happens.
It happens. It happens. And I want to be sure to just tell people in general that if Sweden won, we would have been like able to show them the respect that they deserve. It's like
we praised everybody that did well.
It's not a situation where you just go mental for France and then you just say screw it to Sweden if they qualify.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. So that's just the only thing that I wanted to rectify.
Anything you want to say, Todd, before we go?
Thanks to you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you to Twitch. Thank you to Blizzard. It's now time to go get more beer with Todd.